Welcome to Haddonfield, Illinois, a place where the leaves are crunchy, the neighbors are nosy, and your babysitter might not live through the night. Because lurking in the shadows is Michael Myers, the silent mask-wearing boogeyman, with one hobby, stabbing teenagers. This is a story of a boy who killed his sister, grew up in a sanitarium, and decided to come home for Halloween to continue the tradition. Babysitters beware, because he's got a knife, a mask, and zero chill. This is Halloween, and we'll get into it on this episode of the Regular Guy Movie Show.
Lights go down, let's hit play. Regular guys got something to say. The Regular Guy Movie Show. Talking flicks, here we go.
Welcome back to the Regular Guy Movie Show, where three dudes revisit the beloved films of their childhood to find out if they still hold up or if they should have been left locked away at Smith's Grove Sanitarium. I'm Seth, and joining me as always are my two favorite trick-or-treating partners, Justin and Brian. Gentlemen, are you ready to carve this pumpkin?
I'll take a stab at it.
Oh, that's a good one. I love it. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing. Boo. Oh, not again.
Well, before Michael Myers silently stares at us from across the street, let's kick things off this evening by talking about what we're drinking tonight.
All right. Well, again, we've divvied up the responsibilities.
We did, yeah.
Someone was to bring a pumpkin beer.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was to bring an October.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was to bring a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So I started the night off with bringing the pumpkin.
Yeah, and what kind of pumpkin beer do we have?
All right. Well, I brought two. And they're both not very good. So I wanted to stay away from, your popular pumpkin. Your Jacko from Sam Adams. So I kind of went into the back of the shelf and got the ones that I thought were pretty cool. So I started with pumpkin chai from Saugatuck Brewing Company up in Michigan.
I have never, ever, to my knowledge, had a chai beer before.
Me neither. I think there's a reason for that.
And I hope I never have one again.
It was more chai than pumpkin. It was, I'm sure Saugatuck makes some great products.
This isn't it.
Yep. Agreed.
I'm really kind of starting to think that maybe it's hard to make a pumpkin beer that tastes good in general. Because none of them are great.
The best pumpkin beer I ever had, years ago when we did our own home brewing and we'd go to the different festivals, there was another home brewer that was serving their pumpkin beer out of an actual pumpkin.
Yeah, they put the tap
in a pumpkin,
yeah.
And they filled it with the beer, and they're pouring out of that. That was dang good.
Now that was a pumpkin stout.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it was tasty.
Well,
Which
see,
I've never found on a shelf.
I haven't either.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
So pumpkin chai was not a real winner. So we went to my backup pumpkin.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, which is called Mr. Pumpkin.
Mr. Pumpkin.
Yeah, from Mother's Brewing. I've had a lot of good stuff from Mother's Brewing.
Right, yeah.
And we've had Mother's Brewing before for the show.
We have.
Yeah, we did. Little Helper.
Mother's Little Helper.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Pumpkin's not something I would put on the good list.
No.
I'm sorry, Mothers. Hey, for every 5 hits, you're going to have a miss. I just happened to find your miss.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Pumpkin. See ya.
Yeah. And so now that we've got those out of the way, we've cracked open our wild card for the night. And Justin, that was your choice.
It was my choice. I went with Industry Brewing, No Call, No Show.
and we just opened these, so we haven't got into the point where we can tell you, give you any notes on them. But we'll get to that later in the show. And then we have a third beer, actually it's fourth beer that we'll be drinking at some point, which is the Munsterfest Oktoberfest from Three Floyds Brewing.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on the shelf while I was looking for this one.
I love a good Oktoberfest beer.
I
do too.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it's Munsterfest.
Munsters.
Now, this No Call, No Show,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because I drank 2 crappy pumpkin beers first, but it punched my taste buds with the old one, too.
Yeah.
It's got some hop, baby.
It does, yeah. And it's New England style, so it's like a hazy. It's not as assaulting, but man, it's got some good flavors.
And
so far.
we'll get more into that once we've had a chance to drink some more later in the show.
Okay.
Before we get into all that, though, let's kind of kick off our discussion of Halloween with thinking back to our earliest memories of this movie. Justin, when did you watch Halloween for the first time?
So I had a really hard time trying to pin down an age for this. I know I was pretty young, and I know that I've seen this multiple times throughout my life, but probably not within the last 10 years. So watching it yesterday was a pretty good refresher.
I probably watched this for the first time when I was around 10 years old. This was like a sleepover Halloween time movie that we watched because, slashers, murder, blood, knives, boobs. And then didn't watch it again for years. But as I mentioned on our Poltergeist episode, my daughter's become a huge fan of horror movies. And so this has become one of the ones we would go to because, initially because, yes, there's boobs, but there's not so much gore. Right. And so, yes, there's violence, but it's not as gross.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is one of the ones we introduced her to. And so it has become a yearly viewing for us. And Brian, if I am correct, you, for once, are the one who has not seen this movie before.
That is true. This is Brian, not Justin. And I saw this movie for the first time yesterday.
Oh my God.
How did you get this far in your life not seeing Halloween?
Okay, so I'm not adult. I get the pop culture reference to Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I knew about it, knew what it was, knew what it was about. I didn't live under a rock. I just really never took the time to see it. I thought I already knew the movie based on, all the cultural references and growing up, and I just never really went back to view it.
I'm curious, did your expectation of what the movie was match up with what the movie actually is?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I look forward to getting into that. Before we go there, let's talk a little bit about what this movie is about. So, Brian, why don't you give us a synopsis of Halloween?
Okay, Halloween came out in 1978. It's rated R. On Halloween night in 1963, a 6-year-old boy named Michael Myers brutally murders his teenage sister in the quiet town of Haddonfield, Illinois. After being locked away in a sanitarium for 15 years, Michael escapes on October 30th, 1978, and returns to his hometown. There, he stalks high school student Laurie Strode and her friends as they prepare for Halloween festivities, silently watching from the shadows. As the night unfolds, Michael begins a relentless killing spree, targeting Laurie, while her friends fall victim one by one. Now, meanwhile, Dr. Sam Loomis, Michael's psychiatrist, desperately hunts for him. He's convinced that Michael is not just a man, but the embodiment of pure evil.
Ooh.
And the film culminates in a terrifying showdown between Laurie and Michael, cementing Halloween as one of the most iconic and influential horror films of all time.
And as iconic as it was, how did this movie do in the box office?
Hold on to your butts.
I'm holding. Hold on. I got it. Okay.
Okay, so when this
Grasping
was
firm.
this was released in 1978, and the budget was about $325,000.
Holy.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Even for that time, it was tiny. It went on to gross around $70 million worldwide.
Wow.
If you adjust that for inflation, that's over $250 million.
Dang.
For years, it held the record as the most successful independent film ever made.
I did not. Okay, so we've talked about this. I don't do any research. I didn't know this was an indie film.
Oh, yeah.
I had no clue.
Shot it in 20 days.
Yeah, so
That changes things for
It
me.
does. It does. So a big part of that success came from word of mouth. You know, the movie opened in just a handful of theaters, but audiences kept coming back and they kept spreading the buzz and telling their friends. So it kind of went viral before the internet,
Yeah.
just by word of mouth. So by the time it expanded nationwide, it was already becoming kind of a cultural phenomenon. So in short, Halloween wasn't just a hit. It was a runaway box office success that redefined what independent horror could achieve.
So beyond the dollars
Wow.
and cents,
Mhm.
how did people receive this movie? What were what's the ratings for this online? Anybody know?
So while I was kind of looking around, like I said, I don't do a bunch of research, but looking at Rotten Tomatoes, it has a certified fresh score of 97%.
That's high.
And that's based on 89 reviews from critics, which is pretty damn impressive.
I can understand why critics would love it.
Yeah.
Because it set off a new genre. It kicked off a new cinematic horror.
It wasn't the
section.
first horror movie.
No.
It wasn't the first slasher movie.
Mhm.
But it took the genre, fine-tuned it, tweaked it, elevated it, and then made it something that other genres or other trilogies and series and franchises emulated and built upon.
So even though I saw this movie for the first time, there were tons of things in that movie I've seen in other movies since then.
Mm-hmm.
I think critics love this movie for the staying power and for just how it influenced that genre moving forward from that point.
Yeah. Along those lines, let's talk a little bit about the people who brought this movie to screen.
Mm-hmm.
So the writer and director was John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
His breakthrough was Assault on Precinct 13 in 1976. But Halloween is really what launched him into becoming a legend. He also, beyond being a writer and director, which is a good amount, he's the composer of the iconic theme.
When I read that, I was blown away.
He's a musician, and so he
I didn't know
wrote
that.
the theme.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And yeah, and
He scored this movie himself.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
other hits of his, The Fog, Escape from New York, The Thing, and Big Trouble in Little China. So very accomplished.
And there's one more after that.
Oh, do tell.
They Live.
Mm.
The one with Rowdy
Roddy
Piper.
Piper?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, he did that. One of my faves. That was a great flick. It was terrible. It was great. Same
Come here
time.
to do two things.
Chew some bubble gum and kick some ass.
and I'm all out of bubble gum.
That line has been reused so many
Oh, it
times
sure
in so
has.
many different iterations.
Yep.
Duke Nukem pretty much took all the lines of dialogue from that movie and just built a whole franchise.
It was
around
in, oh gosh, what was that movie about the 70s?
Dazed and Confused.
Days of Confused. It's in there too. I came here to do two things: drink some beer and kick some ass.
I'm all out of beer.
I'm all out of beer.
it. There's another character behind the scenes I want to bring up, Dean Cundy, who we've talked about in previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
He was the director of photography on Romancing the Stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I remember this convo.
Yeah, and so he was the DP for Halloween, also for Carpenter, some of Carpenter's other work, including Escape from New York, as well as Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Jurassic Park, and Apollo 13. And the reason I bring it up is because they only had 20 days to make this movie. Very small budget. And so in order to make that budget stretch, they got very creative with the cinematography. And this is one of the very, very first movies to really rely on Steadicam.
Okay.
So they invested into one of these big giant Steadicam rigs and that's why this film has so much of that one person and moving POV and that first person, that third person, and that fluid camera work, because they could get away with doing that and making it organic much easier and cheaper than they could doing lighting rigs and jibs and cranes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And so, I mean, it was smart.
Yeah.
But I mean, the guy then went on to do some really damn big movies.
He did. So what started as kind of like a guerrilla shoot turned into really honing those skills for him in the rest of his career.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we've talked about the people behind the camera. Let's talk about the people in front of the camera. Justin, who you got?
All right, first on my list, I have Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
All right, you meatheads, joke's over.
Was she talking to us?
I think so.
Yeah, I think she's talking to us.
So Laurie's the bookish, responsible babysitter who becomes Michael Myers' primary target. This role cemented Curtis as the Scream Queen.
This was her film debut,
It was.
and she has become a very known star since that point. She was only paid $8,000 for this role.
Oh, yeah?
Wow. Okay.
I mean, it was
Couple thoughts about Jamie Lee Curtis. Her mother was the woman who was killed in the movie Psycho.
that's right.
The other observation I had is I think Jamie Lee Curtis came out of the womb looking like a 45-year-old. Even when she was 60, she looked 45.
Right.
When she was 19,
She's just always been.
she looked 45. I don't know. I don't. She just has the real iconic look. And holy cow.
Do you guys know how old she was during shooting here?
No, but we can pause real quick and probably find out.
Let's figure that out. Because I was looking at her, I'm like, you're not in high school. Come on. You're not. There's no way.
And maybe it's that strong jawline of hers. I don't know. But
I thought it was the crow's feet.
she's an attractive woman.
Oh, heck yeah, she is.
She
Okay,
has-
she was born in 1958.
Okay.
This movie came out in 1978, probably shot in 77.
Okay.
So she would have been 19.
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's not far off in that.
No.
Okay. All right.
19 going on 45.
Well, I'm sorry, JLC. From now on, I'm just going to call her JLC.
Yeah, well, you're tight like that.
Yeah, we're cool.
Other things you've probably seen her in, The Fog in 1980, so kind of following along with John Carpenter to another hit. She was also in Prom Night, Trading Places in 1983, A Fish Called Wanda, True Lies. And she recently reprised Laurie in the Halloween reboot trilogy from 2018 to 2022. And if anyone watches the FX show The Bear, you might recognize her as Carmi's mom.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. A handful.
Anybody see remember that dance scene in True Lies?
Uh-huh.
Smoking hot.
I mean, she was kind of a smoke show in this one too.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I can see that.
She wasn't my favorite of the girls in this movie, but yeah, she was okay.
When you say favorite, what do you mean?
Who I found to be the most attractive.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Who
Yeah.
you found to be the most killable?
Well, stabby, stab, stab. All right, who else we got?
All right, next up I have Michael Myers / The Sheep, played by Nick Castle, in parentheses, with Tony Moran as Unmasked Michael. It's kind of hard to find dialogue for him,
Very
right?
hard to find dialogue.
Yeah,
Michael.
he was a man of few words.
Very few.
So Michael Myers is the silent, unstoppable masked killer who escapes from an asylum and returns to his hometown to terrorize.
So Tony Moran, who played the Unmasked, when was that? Was that when he was escaping from the sanatorium?
When he was briefly escaping from the sanitarium, and at the end,
Right.
he gets his mask pulled off before he gets shot.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was real
Yeah.
brief. Like,
It was.
and I tried to look for it.
Why did they have a different actor play that part?
I'm going to guess it's availability more than anything, because Nick Castle was a buddy. We talked about Nick Castle on the Last Starfighter episode, because he went on to direct Last Starfighter.
Mhm.
He was a college buddy of John Carpenter. I think he was just on set, willing to be helpful. Hey, I'll do whatever you want. And it's cheaper to pay a guy who's non-SAG rates to stand around and only
Right.
show his backside to the camera or stand around just in a mask than it is to pay an actual actor. So I think that's probably what it is. And when you only had what was the budget? $325,000?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you pinch pennies wherever you can.
Now, some of that budget went to pay for leaves.
Yeah, that's right, because they had to paint all the leaves.
They had
because
to, and they had to scatter leaves around the town because it was supposed to be fall in Illinois.
Yeah.
But they shot it in California.
in spring,
Yeah.
and they had to they also had a bitch of a time sourcing pumpkins, which you just can only find certain times of the year.
That's half their budget right there.
That was a good amount.
Yeah.
So I understand, I kind of understand the shape, right? But where did why even have that?
I don't know.
Why isn't
that's what
just Michael
no
Myers?
one calls him the Shape in the movie. It's
No.
only credited as the Shape.
Right, because it's Michael Myers and he's called the Boogeyman.
And there's
Yeah,
never
yeah.
any denial about the fact it's Michael Myers. It's not a question about, ooh, what is this mysterious shape in the background creeping me out? No, it's assumed it's Michael Myers. We were told from the beginning that he escaped a sanitarium and everything has led to all the breadcrumbs have led. It's Michael Myers stabbing people.
Right.
So I don't know why the Shape is anything other than a reference in the credits.
That's a
Who knows?
mouthful to read off as a character.
Yeah, well,
Just saying.
Now, talking about Michael Myers, there's another Michael Myers that I know in my movie lore. Mike Myers, Austin Powers. So
Wayne.
I married an axe murderer, Wayne's World.
Yeah.
He was 5 years old when this movie came out. Do you think his parents were like, "Ah, son of a bitch"?
So I created an
Right.
axe murderer.
Exactly.
well, that's probably why he chose to go by Mike.
Yeah,
Right.
I would assume that.
Yeah.
I'd assume that. Yeah.
And we can't really get much into the character because there's just
Not much to go on.
but what I can tell you is that the mask, the iconic Michael
Mhm.
Myers mask,
Yeah.
is an iconic or a mask of a different iconic character.
It is.
If somehow this fact has escaped you, and if you're listening to this podcast, I'm assuming you have some affinity for movies. And so if this factoid has not found your ear holes between the time you were born and now, I don't know how, but the mask was Captain Kirk.
It was.
So even I had heard that, and I don't watch a lot of movies.
It was spray painted white,
Uh-huh.
and they enlarged the eye holes.
Yeah.
So this actually makes more sense to me now, knowing that this was independent and only had a $325,000 budget, as to why they chose to do. It was probably in somebody's basement,
Well,
and they were like, you know what, to spray paint it white.
And-
My
and-
mom has some white spray
when
paint
I hear things like
that
this,
we can borrow.
when I hear this kind of story, though, I go back to our filmmaking days, us making short films. It's hackneyed guerrilla bullshit, but it works
Like, do you remember
sometimes.
Like
It
when,
worked this time.
when we would sit around and come up with all right, what props do we need? And who has them?
Yeah,
Like, and we would make the list of, I need.
it's beg, borrow, steal.
Right.
Those are your choices when you're a poor independent filmmaker.
Right, exactly. We need A, B, and C. Well, Brian has A, Seth has B, I have C. Okay, cool. Cameraman has D, some actor has E. It was just like you're pulling every resource you possibly could have. So
And you just fingers crossed everybody brings it at the right time.
exactly.
Mhm.
All right, well, let's move on. Who else we got?
All right, next up I have Dr. Sam Loomis, played by Donald Pleasance.
You can get back in there and get back on that telephone, tell him exactly who walked out of here last night, and tell him exactly where he's going.
So, Dr. Sam is the psychiatrist who knows Michael's true evil and spends the entire film trying desperately to stop him.
I found Loomis to be a really shitty character.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, probably the most accomplished actor
Yeah.
on the set, but I don't know if it was his character or if it was how it was written. But I mean, he was wooden. He was.
See,
I-
I thought he was he overacted. He
Yeah.
was so Shakespearean even.
Yeah, well,
You know?
and he was taxed with so much of the exposition of this movie. I mean, he told us everything we know about Michael's backstory and where he got from the point he murdered his sister to whatever point they are then. He tells us all the things and he gives us all the reasons for us to care, but honestly, he just annoyed the shit out of me, and that's why I didn't give a fuck about what he said.
Yeah, that, and I think he was burdened with being the adult.
Yeah.
There were so few adults in this movie.
You're so right.
And I think he was burdened with I have to give this story credence because I'm an adult.
But there are moments I'm going to bring up as we get to them where, my God, this guy was incompetent.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to bring up regarding the character, John Carpenter had chosen Christopher Lee for this role. The actor who played Saruman in the Lord of the Rings trilogy
Okay.
and many other things. Very accomplished actor. He turned it down, and but later admitted that it was a giant mistake. And I would have liked to have seen what we would have got from this role from a different character or a different actor.
Different actor. Yeah.
So I don't know who that is, and I've never seen Lord of the Rings, so
Well,
sorry.
all right, then let's move on. Who else do we got?
All right, next up I have Sheriff Lee Brackett, played by Charles Cyphers.
Nothing's going on except kids playing pranks, trick-or-treating, parking, getting high. I have the feeling that you're way off on this.
Sheriff Lee Brackett is the local sheriff, skeptical at first, but gets pulled into the chaos as the night unfolds. Kinda.
Again, I think he was tied into we have to have some adults. Because I really don't think he did anything in this film.
Which is better than a lot of horror movies of the time.
Yeah.
Where it really was just kids running around unchecked.
Mm-hmm.
At least we had an adult. We had two adults.
Right.
Trying to do something in this situation. So that's 2 times more than most.
So isn't that funny? Like, those slasher type movies is almost like the writers were like thinking about not what it's like to be a teenager, but to be like to have the teenage fantasy, like, we have no adults around. We do whatever we want. We drink, we party, we smoke, we get laid all the time. Like it's like, that's just what they were trying to go for with those slasher flicks.
As far as Charles Cyphers, he's a regular Carpenter collaborator. He's played skeptical authority figures in multiple films. He was also in Assault on Precinct 13, The Fog, and Escape from New York.
All of them Carpenter films.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we didn't bring up, Sheriff Brackett is the father to Annie, one of Laurie's best friends.
Yeah. And she's also next on my list.
All right. So let's talk about her.
All right. I got Annie Brackett, played by Nancy Keys, credited as Nancy Loomis.
Terrific. I've got 3 choices. Watch the kids sleep, listen to Linda screw around, or talk to you.
Talk to you. So Annie is Laurie's sarcastic, fun-loving best friend who meets a grisly fate while babysitting.
I thought that Annie got some of the best lines in the movie. She was, I think, one of the funnest characters.
Yeah.
Most carefree.
Mm-hmm.
Little sass.
She was the fun friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the friend that got you in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
We all need those.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
And yeah, again, her dad was the sheriff, but yeah, she had a streak.
It's like the preacher's daughter.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, she was fun. A little over the top.
I think everybody in this movie was a little over the top,
I
though, but
agree.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But for discount actors and actresses, they got a budget steal here. I thought she did a phenomenal job. She brought a charisma that not that many people did.
I agree with that. I agree. She played her character well.
Yeah. It did.
Also, again, we get so much collaboration and overlap. Partly because she ended up marrying Halloween's art director Tommy Lee Wallace, but she's in several Carpenter projects: Assault on Precinct 13, The Fog, and Halloween 3. So,
all right. How many Halloweens did Carpenter do?
I do not know.
75. Prequels and sequels and.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's
Future.
a fine question. I don't know, but if anyone wants to do that research, look it up, put it in the comments.
Because I'm
Tell
not
us.
going to do it.
Because we're not going to do it right now. Because we're going to move on to our next character.
All right, next up is a weird name, Linda Vanderclock, played by PJ Souls.
You know, it's totally insane. We have 3 new cheers to learn in the morning. The game is in the afternoon. I have to get my hair done at 5, and the dance is at 8. I'll be totally wiped out.
So Linda is Laurie's other friend, bubbly, carefree, and more interested in partying than responsibility. Famous for her totally catchphrase. So now here's the thing that I think is funny about movies in general is, so her name's Linda Vanderclock. So the thing is, though, is like they never said that last name.
Never.
So why even have a
No.
last name as a credit? Like, just make her be Linda. You know what I
Linda.
mean? Like, they only call her Linda. Why does she need a last name? And why did they land on that last name?
Oh, maybe it's a homage to somebody.
Probably. This is someone who's been around the horror genre because her She was discovered by John Carpenter after seeing her in the movie Carrie.
Okay.
In 1976.
Wait, did you say horror?
Horror.
Horror?
Horror.
Horror?
The horror. Horror.
Oh, she was a whore. I mean, just kidding.
Oh.
Sorry, PJ.
Oh, come on. She's just a fun-loving girl.
I'd not seen this movie before, but I had her pegged for being dead.
Yeah,
from the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
like right out the bat, you're like, she's gonna die.
She's cannon. She's cannon fodder.
All right, let's wrap this up. Who else we got?
Last on my list here is Tommy Doyle, played by Brian Andrews.
I saw the boogeyman. I saw him outside.
So Tommy's the little boy Laurie babysits, terrified by the boogeyman and witnessing Michael's terror firsthand. I mean, he saw it all.
Yeah, we've had the same conversation on many episodes about kid actors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a gamble what you get.
It is.
And I thought he was just okay.
He wasn't great.
No.
We've seen some really good kid actors in the movies that we've talked about. This movie was not that. The kid actors were pretty terrible. But I mean, like, a lot more of that makes sense to me now, knowing that this was an indie film and their budget was so low. You know, JLC made $8,000. This kid was probably paid like $20. And it's like somebody's nephew or, you know, like kid or something.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey, kid, you want to do this movie? I'll let you see a boob.
You ever seen boobs in real life? I'll show them to you. Here we go.
Woohoo!
You get paid in boob.
Now that we're on the boob subject, I thought the use of nudity in this movie was neither here nor there. I don't think it really added anything.
Well,
I thought if you wanted to use that as something in the movie, there'd have been more.
Right. I get that. Yeah.
But since there wasn't, why even have it?
Right. Yeah. It was kind of like, if you're not going to go for it,
go full boobs,
then don't go for it at all.
Right.
Like,
that's what I thought.
Well, they made a very concerted choice not to show blood or gore.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seems weird that they were okay saying, we'll show boobs.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a compromise. Maybe that's something that they had to hammer out behind the scenes. I don't know, but I'm with you. It's kind of, yes, they're there. And honestly, we get our first boobs within 2 minutes of this movie starting.
Right.
And
I actually think if they would have foregone the boobs, it may not have been rated R.
I'm with you.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
And also, why forego the blood and gore? This is a horror film. It's a slasher film, right? Like,
I think that what they were hoping for is to create something that would have been a little bit more mass market appeal. And as such, at this point, slasher movies have been around, but they were very, you know, B movies,
kind of B-roll.
I think they were trying to do something that had a little bit more mainstream appeal, and so they decided to dial it back and to be a little bit, let your imagination connect the dots.
Yeah,
that, and I think they leaned into suspense more than gore.
They did,
and they wanted to create the fear for the audience with the suspense and not the shock and awe.
Okay, I could see that.
But then again, it doesn't answer my first question.
No.
You know, why would you not lean heavier into the boobs if you really didn't need to lean into it at all?
If you're going to do it, go and do it.
Yeah.
Give me something to look at.
Earn that R.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that as we get into it.
I'm sure we will.
But right now, let's kind of start off with the beginning of this movie. And we kick things off in 1963 in Haddonfield, Illinois. Haddonfield, in case you didn't know, is not an actual town.
No.
Does not exist. I believe it's supposed to be somewhere in the vicinity of Bloomington Normal in Illinois, central Illinois. But does not. It's not a real town. Don't look for it.
You could try to go sell drugs there.
You could. Somewhere. It's just south of Shermer.
Lots of rich folk.
Haddonfield and Shermer, they're big football rivals.
So in our opening scenes, we get everything through Michael's point of view. 6-year-old Michael's point of view in one unbroken Steadicam shot, which was really revolutionary for the time. And we see him move around the house. We see him look through the windows. We see we see him go up the stairs. We see all these things. And, you know, they were able to move very quickly by using this kind of Steadicam setup. But they had to get a little creative in some plots. And so actually, this first few minutes is all what appears to be a continuous shot. And we see Michael looking through the window on the outside, going into the kitchen, working his way through, and then going upstairs. At some point, he puts on this mask.
That was pretty cool.
And I
like the POV there.
And that was actually an edit point.
Okay.
So there was a split second where the mask actually blacked out the lens.
Okay.
Where they could actually cut and then cut. So that otherwise, that would have been a really long continuous shot. So that at least gave them a break so they could break it up into 2 shots. But there is a point where I'm going to bring up when he's still outside the house, he looks through the window and sees his sister Judith with her boyfriend. And they're like, is anybody home? And Judith's like, Michael's around somewhere, but I don't know where. And their boyfriend's like, well, let's go upstairs. So they get up and go. There's only 1 minute and 27 seconds between the point they go upstairs, presumably to do it, and Michael making his way through the house to the point where the boyfriend is now putting on a shirt and coming downstairs.
Yeah.
A minute 27 to go upstairs, get naked, do it, get dressed, and leave.
He was quick. And
he was like, he wasn't even a 2 pump jump. He was a 1. One pump and done.
And it kind of explained it like a little bit because she was like, are you like, please call me? And he's like, oh, I'm totally going to. And I'm just like, my note I wrote down, I was like, he's not going to call her tomorrow. He's embarrassed.
Well, he's not going to get the chance because after this, Michael goes upstairs, puts on a mask, and sees his sister Judith brushing her hair completely naked in front of a window with no curtains open. Yeah. The curtain's wide open.
Just showing it off.
Just
to the whole
showing it off to the whole hood. Michael then takes a giant knife and he just kills his sister. So then we get the POV.
So the stabbing scene to me was so cheese.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And I don't know, I think we may have talked about this before on the podcast when we shot Reversal. And we took the knife and attached it to a drill and made it look like it was like flying through the air, rotating towards somebody and stabbed them. It's kind of the same like feeling I got from this. It was like, it was so cheesy. It was so bad.
And there were some, I think I could see some reasons of what were going on here, because they had Judith sitting at a mirror that was kind of angled to basically show her boobs, but then the room behind her. You had a camera being operated on Steadicam and some kind of arm coming on the side. So they needed to have the mirror, but they couldn't actually show the reflection of what was going on, which I think is why they then put the mask to basically black or obscure portions of the screen. And so sometimes you see the camera go weirdly off to the side, an arm comes in, because they would have otherwise been in the mirror.
Right, for sure.
You know, it's almost genius born out of necessity.
Exactly. And, you know, invention is the mother of necessity. And they had 20 days and $325,000, and they found ways to make it work. And unless you were a nerd like me and are looking for these things, you probably wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, man, you killed that bitch. But there was some magic there.
So I'm curious, too. Like, and I know it never gets into it and never really talks about it. But why? What in particular on this night at 6 years old drove Michael to kill his sister? Like, what was it? What was the breaking point at 6 years old? So from birth till now 6, right? And I get it. Like, you don't just become a serial killer overnight, you know, whatever. He probably like killed some pets, you know, maybe like some neighborhood cats or whatever. But like, what was it about this night that made him kill his sister?
It's a big jump. And you're right. There's nothing given here. Loomis at some point talks about how he was pure evil.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
There's a lot of things that the more I kind of was thinking about just in the last few days since watching this most recently with more critical eye. I've got some theories that I'll bring up later as we have some more evidence build up. But yeah, it's not clear.
I would have loved just a little bit of backstory.
Right. Like,
he's like later in the movie where we see, one of the boys walking out of school getting bullied. Maybe he gets bullied and it turns him into rage. Or maybe his sister sells him out on something and he gets in trouble with mom and dad.
And the kid, Tommy, getting bullied added nothing to the story.
No, absolutely not.
Nothing at all.
The only thing is they were teasing him about the boogeyman.
Like, use that time, though, to explain a bit about Michael and his psyche and, like, why he is the way he is.
How did he get that way?
Right.
But after all this happens, we see the POV of Michael running out of the house and going out to the front yard, still holding the knife. And then all of a sudden it cuts after mom and dad come home and they pull his mask off. That's when we finally cut to the full front-on view of Michael in a creepy-ass clown costume. Second movie in a row with creepy-ass clowns holding a giant-ass knife.
So my issue with that, and that was a long-drawn scene where it was slow pan out. If your mom or dad and your 6-year-old kid is holding a knife with fresh blood dripping off of it, don't you run into the house to see where the blood came from?
Yeah.
They were so nonchalant.
Uh-huh.
They were just like, Michael? Like, he was
what
like,
are you doing with that giant knife?
Right. Like, it was, he could have brought him like a pile of Play-Doh and they would have been like, Michael, Play-Doh stays inside, not outside.
Michael.
You silly goose.
You dropped your sucker on the ground.
But from here, we jump forward to 15 years.
One more question.
Yeah.
How could his sister not defend herself from a 6-year-old?
Well, true too. I know. I mean,
Good
you can
questions.
only be caught off guard so much.
Yeah. And she saw him, and then he raised the knife and stabbed her. What we saw on screen 5 to 7 times. After that first stab, I'm putting my foot through that kid's teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, you could drop kick a kid.
Yeah, he's 6.
Just swing him around and smack him into a wall. You know, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I thought that was yeah, I thought it was a little weak.
All right. Well, we move on though.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping forward 15 years to 1978.
So, and hold on, because that only makes him 21.
That's correct.
Right? So you're right. Like, he could have been a bit older. And that would have made more sense. Like, why did he need to be 6? I know.
Don't know.
Lots of
Don't
holes
know.
here.
There are holes. But in 1978, we see Dr. Sam Loomis, who is Michael's psychiatrist, driving along with a nurse to pick up Michael for a court hearing. In the middle of the night, in a rainstorm.
Right. Why?
Just because.
Because scary movie.
Yep.
The only thing that ever bothers me is their gibberish. When they start raving on and on.
You haven't anything to worry about. He hasn't spoken a word in 15 years.
Are there any special instructions?
Just try to understand what we're dealing with here. Don't underestimate it,
Don't you think we could refer to it as him?
if you say so.
Stellarly written and delivered dialogue.
This is about the time where I was like, man, this is poorly written. Like, it's like, I had a hard time distinguishing between, like, are the actors bad or is the script really bad?
Yeah.
Like, it was tough at this point, like, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's fault on both fronts, but yeah, that whole exposition while driving in the car, it was hard. It was a bit of a slog to just to listen to it. Even just now, there was like 27 seconds, and it felt like it went on forever.
Yeah,
it was dark. It was dark on the screen. It was rain, so there was noise during the dialogue. It was just messy.
Yeah,
and the only thing that I could think of throughout this entire thing, like, yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to what they're talking about, but I got so, like, distracted. by everything else that was going on. I was like, man, how hard would it be to light a cigarette with a match while you're driving?
But anyway, when they arrive at the sanitarium, they find that all the patients are just although this was damn creepy. As they're pulling up in the headlights, you just see a bunch of patients in their hospital robes,
wandering,
just standing outside in the rain.
Yeah, it was creepy.
It was creepy. And as it turns out, Michael somehow escaped.
Mm-hmm.
He jumps onto the car and attacks the nurse, who for some reason, despite the fact she just saw a dude crawl up onto the car, rolls down the window in the rain.
Right. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. But Michael reaches down and starts to grab her. She somehow gets away. Then he goes to the other side of the window and busts the window.
Oh, man. That was like a key thing in this movie was how easy it was to break glass.
It was not. Because, fun fact, on again, pulling the curtain behind the production, the stunt guy could not break the window. So, if you look very closely, you can see a crescent wrench in his hand when the window breaks.
Oh, shut up.
You
No
can
way.
you can see it, and when you know it's there and you watch it, you see it.
That's hilarious.
It was painted skin tone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see there's a wrench. I'm sorry, probably not a crescent wrench, but it's a wrench.
Just dive into the fact that
Just
he's
a
got
box wrench.
Just dive into the fact he's got a wrench.
Yeah.
Maybe the crazy
Right.
the crazy guy found a wrench in the yard.
Maybe that's what he used to escape. We don't know.
Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
Just blast the window with it. Don't paint it skin colored.
Yeah. So then he throws the nurse out of the car and drives away, despite the fact he's been in a sanitarium since he was 6 years old.
Yeah, he was pretty good at driving.
He was darn decent at maneuvering a station wagon.
Not so good at like tailing someone. Like he was pretty obvious.
Well, no one seemed to notice.
No,
we'll get to that. That's something I noticed.
All right. Let's jump back though to Haddonfield, Illinois, where Laurie Strode, the responsible babysitter, drops off a key at the old Myers house for her father, who is trying to sell the house.
Lonnie Eel said never to go up there. Lonnie Eel said that's a haunted house. He said awful stuff happened there once.
Lonnie Lamb probably won't get out of the 6th grade.
Yeah, this kid's not a good actor.
No. And so Laurie and Tommy, and Laurie's going to babysit Tommy later in the day. And so, but as they're walking away, Michael, who is back to his own stomping grounds and is in his childhood home, is watching them through the front door. And as we learn later in the movie, might also be enjoying a meal of golden retriever.
Right.
Yeah. The dog parts in this movie were probably the most sad for me.
If you're a dog
Big
lover,
time.
maybe don't watch this movie.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, Michael continues to stalk Laurie. He stares at her from outside her classroom. And this is, again, one of those logistic things that come up in movies. They're cool shots, don't get me wrong. We see from inside the classroom out to Michael, who is standing outside the station wagon and just watching her. How would he know, number one, what window to look at? Would he even, from that distance, even be able to see her?
Right.
I mean, the windows don't work like that.
No, they don't.
So I guess my overall question for this is why did he start stalking
Her. Is because she walked up to his house?
Is that the only reason?
I think that's the only reason.
That's the only reason I could come up with.
Because he not only stalks her, but he kind of pays Tommy a visit. He goes to Tommy's school.
And followed him.
And follows him. And,
That's
and,
true.
and, you know, so he's got a little bit of a boner for the people who just came to his house. Maybe because they're the only people he's seen out in the real world. No, that's not true. He's killed a few people.
He did kill somebody on the way there. Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, but he seems to be knowing who they are, knowing where they'll be, knowing where to be at the right time, watching them. He is just a creeper.
Yeah, he sure is.
And he continues to stalk Laurie. He drives past Laurie and friends as they walk down the street. He stands bizarrely behind a bush as she walks towards him.
He was standing right there.
Poor Laurie. Scared another one away.
It's tragic you never go out. You must have a small fortune stashed from babysitting so much.
Guys think I'm too smart.
I don't. I think you're wacko. Now you're seeing men behind bushes.
What a weird thing to say about yourself. Guys think I'm too smart.
You're too smart. Just very Debbie Downerish.
Right.
Kind of like Eeyore.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm too smart. They don't like me.
But Laurie continues to see Michael, not Jason. Continues to see
Mm-hmm.
Michael. And when she's even in her bedroom, sees him hiding behind the clothesline.
Mm-hmm.
While she's in the bedroom, though, there is a poster on the wall. I don't know if either one of you noticed it. It said James. It was a poster of James Ensor.
Yes, I noticed.
Are you familiar with James Ensor?
I'm not.
Nope.
So James Ensor, and honestly, I am only familiar with James Ensor because of a They Might Be Giants song. But it was enough that I'm like, I wonder why they would include that. Ensor was a Belgian expressionist who was famous for portraying human figures wearing grotesque masks.
Oh, what a neat little what a neat little parallel.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's all I have about that.
All right.
Okay. Neat little tidbit.
Little something.
Little something there.
Nugget.
Yeah.
Little artsy fartsy independent film.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. I get you.
Just to show that they were doing their homework.
I'm feeling you
They
now.
know some stuff. Loomis, the psychiatrist du jour, is on his way back to Haddonfield because he knows that's where Michael is going to go.
Absolutely. Because he hadn't spoken in 15 years.
And
but he
just
knows
knows that he's been planning. This is where he's going to go. Where else would he go?
Right.
Along the way, he stops at a payphone to warn the authorities in Haddonfield that Michael is coming. I got to say, it is very mountainous in the background for Illinois.
You're not wrong. You know, we do have cornfields that get pretty tall.
Those are some very rolling hills and mountains.
Yeah, the only topographical difference is the height of the corn versus the height of the soybeans.
Right. Exactly.
It's flat. While coincidentally at this juncture, he notices that there's a truck, a Phelps garage truck. And so he goes to check it out for some reason, because movie, and notices that there are hospital clothes hanging on the door, and then finds a matchbook, which he just happened to notice that the nurse had when they were in the station wagon on the way to the sanitarium. So he's like, oh, well, he doesn't say it out loud, but he knows. He knows Michael has been here. Misses the fact there's a dead body feet away.
Yeah, feet away from him.
Forget about that.
So Michael is on his way to Haddonfield, and he's got a new set of clothes.
But see, then again, he's not a detective. He's a psychologist or psychiatrist.
If I'm Michael Myers, I think I ditch the psych transportation sanitarium car
Right.
And take the truck.
and take the pickup truck.
Yeah, I mean, because they're not going to be looking for that.
I mean, that's the only thing that made Loomis be like, oh my God,
He's here.
He's here.
Yeah.
I know
I
for
see.
a fact he's here.
Way too freaking late.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he couldn't drive stick.
Maybe that could be it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
don't know.
I bet it was a standard.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 years old. He never learned to drive, right?
Right.
So that's plausible.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
All right, we would close that hole.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
High fives.
When Loomis does get to Haddonfield, his first stop is the cemetery for some reason. And he wants to go see where Judith Myers' headstone is.
Yep.
Michael's sister. And they discover that once they get there, they discover that the headstone is missing.
Oh,
It's been ripped right out of the ground.
What a common theme from our last podcast. They moved the headstone.
Move the headstone.
They did.
Yeah.
He actually did move
He
it.
did move the headstone. You know how heavy that's got to be?
Well, I can tell
Right.
you. I can tell you.
Oh, yep. Fire away.
So I did a little bit of research to figure this out. And I couldn't find a definitive, but according to Google, a standard, very typical 24-inch by 12-inch by 3-inch headstone made of granite, weighs about 86 pounds.
Okay.
The headstone of Judah's headstone, though, is not the standard size.
No, it's a little bigger.
It's bigger, and you can even tell, like in the later in scenes when you see it,
Yep.
It's bigger than shoulder width and twice as high as that. So it's about 40 inches by 25 inches by 3 inches. And assuming the weight would be proportional to volume, that means Judah's headstone would have weighed 298 pounds.
Holy cow.
On top of it, it's buried into the ground, so it's going to have all the weight of the dirt clinging to it. But somehow Michael Myers ripped it out of the ground and hauled it off himself.
And see, here's like, I would have to judging by the size of the hole, that was bigger than 3 inches deep, wide. Like that was a big headstone. That was it was giant beefy. Hole.
So yeah, it was he put some muscle into that one.
Yeah.
So he is a 21-year-old psychopath with superhuman strength.
He's the embodiment of pure evil.
He must be.
Who somehow magically knows how to drive.
True.
Yeah, he has unlimited knowledge.
We're gonna add to this list as the movie goes on.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna fast forward though into the evening. Babysitting is about to begin. Annie picks up Laurie, and they're driving to their babysitting jobs, which are right across the street from each other.
Right.
We know that Laurie is babysitting Tommy, who earlier in the movie were walking to school together.
Right.
So we know they don't live far apart from each other.
Right.
We know they're in walking distance of each other's houses.
Oh, but wait, hold on. He even asked, like, why are you walking this way? And she's like, I have to drop off this key to this house.
Okay.
So she was off her normal path.
But still within walking distance.
Yeah, but still within hoofing it distance.
Okay.
You're not wrong.
All right. So Annie picks up Laurie to go to their babysitting jobs at 6:30. They have time between there and to get to their houses, time to toke it up, time to stop and talk to Dad downtown.
Yeah, right. They had to be at the babysitting at 7.
Yeah, and it went from being broad daylight to pitch black in the course of that drive, which was only far enough they could have still walked.
So this is the weird thing, right? Like, so Laurie, you can tell, does not smoke pot.
No, not at all.
She's smoking, but she's not good at it. This whole interaction with the dad thing just kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Right, because they're toking and smoking pot, and they're driving, and suddenly they see
in a car
in a distance they see a sheriff's car in front of the hardware store, and Annie's like, "Oh no, my dad!
Get rid of it! Get rid of it!"
Well, no, Annie, just make a right.
Yeah, that's just don't go by there. Either number one, don't go by there, and number two, don't stop. But she does go by there, and she does stop for some reason to talk to her dad while he's on the job.
Right.
Hi, Dad. What happened?
What?
What happened?
Oh, somebody broke into the hardware store. Probably kids.
You blame everything on kids.
Well, now all they took was some Halloween mask, rope, and a couple of knives. Who do you think it was?
It's hard growing up with a cynical father.
There's so much with this that stands out to me.
Let's see if we're on the same page.
Okay, first off, I'm going to start off with the fact we know this is after 6:30 p.m. and the alarm of this place is ringing, and the guy just showed up, and we know that he was elsewhere before this.
Right.
So he just showed up now, despite the the robbery just happened.
Right.
Even though we have seen Michael wandering around town all goddamn day in a mask.
Right.
This seems totally out of sequence.
And this entire time he's tailing them in the sanatorium car.
Yeah, there's that.
So he couldn't have robbed this hardware store because he's been tailing them this entire time. So what was the point of this?
Well, I would feel like this would have made more sense. Like if Annie had picked up Laurie to drive to school and they talked to her dad.
Right. Earlier in the day.
Mm-hmm. But at 6:30 at night, it's really weird. It's no hardware store opens up at 6:30 at night. They just didn't discover this. They would have been open all damn day.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's weird. And then I love the fact that, well, there's a Halloween mask, a knife, and some rope stolen. Who do you think stole it? I would not be jumping to conclusion that a kid stole knives and rope.
Right.
If you said it was a mask and some bubble gum, fine.
Right.
This scene did not add anything to the plot.
None.
It only established where the mask came from. That's the only thing it gave us, is where did the mask come from?
But
poorly written.
But we saw the mask way before then.
Exactly.
Exactly, right.
So again, this is so out of sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder whether this was something that was meant to be earlier and just for some reason, editing, costumes, some mistake, who knows what. Like, it's not going to work there. We got to move it here.
Hey, you ever seen Halloween masks for sale at Ace Hardware?
No. I'm going to be honest with you.
See, I'm going to give benefit of the doubt to, because small towns, hardware stores sell fucking everything.
Okay.
So
it's like a Rural King.
I'll have to take your word for it.
I mean, they have everything. So I'm going to believe that your small town Ace in Haddonfield, Illinois in 1978 probably sold Halloween masks. It was probably the place to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the year after, Spirit moved in. I can't recover from this robbery.
Right.
Anyway, so it goes from broad daylight to pitch black, but eventually they make it to their babysitting jobs.
They do. And this also killed me too, because okay, so we kind of alluded to how awful the tailing sequence was, right? Like, he's following way too close. Like,
so Annie earlier in the movie yelled at the car for driving too fast.
Right.
And the car stops.
Mm-hmm.
And even that was bad, because the car was moving and it wasn't like she was shouting at the top of her lungs.
They never would have
speed
heard.
Kills.
Yeah, they never.
He would have never heard her, but for some reason he then just stopped, and he wasn't even close. It was like a half a block down.
But
they got a good look at the car when it stopped.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And now this thing is 6 inches off of its back bumper.
Exactly.
And she doesn't even, one, notice that it's tailing her, and
Right.
2, recognize the car.
Right.
And number 3, you're going to see a dude in a weird mask driving it in your rear view.
For sure.
Yeah.
And number 4, when they do get to these houses for the babysitting, it's dark, like you just said, and he pulls up at like a driveway's length, but behind them,
like
and
a house
his
away.
lights are on.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, how did you not even notice? Because like, I remember they got out and they were like, all right, see you. And she like goes off to the other side of the road. And when he turns the car off, the headlights go off. I'm like, how did you not see this?
Right.
It's,
and the only thing that is a saving grace that you can maybe throw out here, it is Halloween. It's the night of Halloween. You got people running around trick-or-treating, wearing masks, wearing costumes. So the fact you have some guy dressed like a weirdo behind the wheel of a car, you might say, okay.
And I used that excuse for when Tommy was getting bullied and the bullies ran away and one of them ran right into Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Right.
And was like, "Boo!" And I'm like, well,
scary.
I mean, I would expect my kid to come home and tell me.
I mean, I think it was last year, my dad and I went out to go play disc golf, and it was around Halloween. There was this crackhead. I mean, like, we played disc golf early in the morning, right? So it's like 7, 8 in the morning on a Saturday, Sunday, whatever. There's this crackhead kid riding one of those tiny little motorcycles in a full-on clown outfit.
Oh my God.
With the mask and everything. And he's got a fake machete and he's riding up behind us. And like, I'm going to be honest with you, like,
should have just punched him.
I heard it coming and I turned around and I looked at him and it was like my brain just couldn't comprehend that this was coming towards us. And I turned around and I just kept walking, and my dad turned around. He's like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, I saw him, but I just couldn't process the words. I'm like,
right, yeah,
this is such a bizarre thing.
You gotta watch out for those weirdos with masks on disc golf courses.
I guess so. They'll steal your discs. They will.
Yeah. Another thing we have going on here, though, is Loomis has touched base with Annie's dad, the sheriff, and they go over to the Myers house.
Yeah.
And go inside, and they discover that Michael has probably been there, or at least Loomis is pretty sure Michael must have been there.
Right.
Would you guys go into this house? Would you go in?
Oh, God, no.
I'm packing heat. I would.
There's no power. Like, it's just run down, and you're pretty sure that there's a serial killer out there somewhere. Or I guess at this point, it's not really a serial killer, but like somebody who's killed somebody. And you assume that he's going back to this house.
Yeah.
I'm not going in there.
Well, they go in there anyway, regardless. Loomis is tightly wound. I mean, if the sheriff farted, Loomis would shoot him.
If you shoved a lump of coal up his ass, in 2 weeks, you'd have a diamond.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right, Ferris. Before they go up the stairs, though, they notice something out of the corner of their eyes. And they don't show what it is that they see, but they seem very disturbed by it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They think it was a dog, and Loomis's assessment is he got hungry.
It's still warm.
Am I correct in understanding this? Because somehow this little exchange escaped me at all my previous viewings until yesterday. Michael ate a goddamn dog?
Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got out of it.
Michael ate a dog.
Michael ate a dog.
He eats another one.
Well, he kills another one.
Yeah.
I don't know if he eats it.
Oh, I thought he took some nibbles. Some kibble nibbles.
Man. I mean, I know that he broke out at the sanitarium and had a 150-mile drive and doesn't have any cash or anything, but I mean, you couldn't find something better?
Maybe the food at the sanitarium was just terrible.
It could have been.
So was it just me, or did you guys catch this? Like, he said maybe a skunk did it.
I caught that too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I caught that too.
And
do skunks eat a lot of dead dogs?
Like, I'm not a skunk expert, but I don't think a skunk is gonna kill a dog.
Right.
Like, I could see like if the dog came into the house and died, a skunk coming in and like maybe eating it. I don't know.
Upstairs, Loomis shits a brick whenever a gutter coincidentally breaks through the window right as they're standing there. And then afterwards, he kind of gives us the full-blown exposition dump about Michael and how nutso bananas he is.
I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up, because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Evil.
What do we do?
Evil.
He's been here once tonight. I think he'll come back. I'm gonna wait for him.
I still think I should notify the radio and television.
No. If you do that, they'll see him on every street corner. They'll look for him in every house. Just tell your men to keep their mouths shut and their eyes open.
Yeah, don't tell anyone. Let all the teenagers be bait.
Right.
And fingers crossed
that he comes back to that house.
Yeah, we'll catch him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I thought there was a little bit of credence to that thought, though.
I mean, I'm not...
You know, when you go
maybe.
public with something like that, every time somebody sees a shadow out of the corner of their eye, you know, you're gonna create hysteria among the peeps. And you're gonna be chasing your tail on every dead call.
Did either of you get a bit of Robert Shaw from Jaws during that whole delivery?
Yeah, that's a good
Where he's
comp.
talking about the black of his eyes.
Yep.
Yeah. Felt like it reminded me of him, of Quint talking about the Indianapolis wreck in Jaws. You know, how they were being picked off by great whites.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Yeah. And maybe he borrowed it from that, because Jaws came out before this, right?
No idea.
Okay.
I don't either. I don't know.
I'm going to say it definitively. And if I'm wrong, I'll just edit it out. They probably borrowed it because Jaws did come out before this.
Makes sense to me. You Steelers.
Douchebaggery.
If I rack my brain, I think Jaws came out in 1975. So I think it came out about 3 years before this.
Yeah, so Donald Pleasance...
You're right. You're right on the mark there.
Donald Pleasance probably saw it, stole it, used it, repurposed it, and everyone's like, oh, that'll do.
I mean, are there any original ideas anymore?
Not from what I understand.
True.
I think Halloween was an original idea. That's been recirculated and rehashed time and time again.
It's a little bit different every time. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Back to the Babysitters Club, though.
Mm-hmm.
We have Laurie on one side of the street watching Tommy Doyle, while Annie is on the other side of the street watching Lindsay Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife, Shalene, wanted to make sure I shared with you guys that Lindsay is played by Kyle Richards, who was a feature on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
In my research, I saw that. She was.
And I know, Justin, you're a big fan of that show, so you probably already knew that.
Such a fan.
But for Brian and me, hey, it's news. Tommy sees Michael outside and insists it's the boogeyman, but Laurie reassures him that it's nothing. Michael is over outside the walls of his house, staring at Annie, staring at Lindsay, being a giant creeper. And the Wallace family dog comes out, and Michael kills another dog.
Yeah. That was the German Shepherd.
That was the German Shepherd.
And we have a German Shepherd at home, and I watched this movie with my wife, and I could tell she was pretty upset about it.
So I have a question about Laurie at this point.
Yeah.
Laurie has seen Michael Myers a handful of times at this point. And then the kid looks out the window where she's babysitting and freaks out about seeing the boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
And she totally dismisses it. No. Don't you think in the back of her mind, she's like, oh my God, what if it's that guy again?
Oh, you're right.
She may have very well, but
I didn't see any evidence of that. You know, she could have said, oh, let's go carve a pumpkin. And then like take a second glance out the window but the acting there did not show me anything that there would be a parallel.
They could have portrayed that.
Yeah, and she seemed awfully distraught for seeing him, especially when she was in her bedroom and she saw him outside of her bedroom window.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would freak me the hell out.
Oh, yeah. This white-faced creeper standing there completely motionless staring at you.
And then you have an opportunity to tell the sheriff when you see him.
It's like, hey, there's this guy with a mask standing around being a creeper.
Who was watching me.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in school, who was watching me walking home from school, who was watching me when I was in my bedroom.
He's been following us this entire time.
He was right over there a minute ago.
Yeah. He drove right behind Loomis, standing on the corner by the hardware store.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something the sheriff would have wanted to know.
Right. Well, she was too high.
Yeah, maybe.
And she wasn't good at getting high either. So.
No, she was worried about getting caught because she got a little paranoid afterwards. But yeah, I think, I don't know.
Yeah. But inside the houses where the babysitters are doing their babysitting things, they're both watching the same movie. The Thing from Another World.
Mm-hmm.
John Carpenter would go on to direct a remake of that exact movie. The Thing, 4 years later.
Yeah.
So, fun tie-in.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Tie-in number 2.
Over at the Wallace house, Annie, for some reason, is making popcorn and making butter and splashes butter on herself.
Oh,
and
now I have to take all my clothes off.
Has to take off all her clothes off. Strips down to her panties and socks in the Wallace family kitchen.
Yeah.
Puts on a shirt and then goes out to the laundry room to wash her clothes.
Question number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, she was planning on getting together with her boyfriend that night, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think she'd been wearing some better panties?
Okay. All right. I'm going to back you up. She was not planning to get together with her boyfriend because her boyfriend was Paul, and Paul was grounded.
Yeah.
He'd gotten
so
in
not
trouble.
yet. Yeah.
So she was going to be home. She's going to be stuck babysitting for the night on her own.
Okay, so that's why she's stuck on the granny panties.
Although Linda and Bob were going to swing by later to do it, in the Wallace family parents' bedroom. But anyway, so Annie was planning on just being there by herself or watching Lindsay. Has to go outside. And this is, again, where you can know this is not actually Illinois. Because they have a laundry room in another building outside the house.
Mm-hmm.
So this house was pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, big enough to accommodate a washer and dryer inside the house.
You would think, yes.
You would think so.
Mm-hmm.
But how awful would that be in Illinois to
have to walk
go,
across the yard in the dead of winter to do your laundry?
or when it's raining or hailing or snowing or icing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Illinois is
hey,
crazy
honey, can you
weather.
shovel the backyard? Because I'm going to do some laundry.
Right.
What?
I gotta do the whites. Yeah, no, this is doesn't. You do not do this, and I'm gonna guess if you had an older house that was not built for washer and dryers, and it might actually be more economical to put the washer and dryer in its own little outbuilding. But you would not do that in a state that gets rain, wind, snow, ice. You wouldn't do it. So
Right.
again, this is California.
Mhm.
Stop fucking lying.
Right, exactly.
Although, California knows how to party.
California knows how to party.
But anyway, while Annie is in the shed doing her laundry, she gets locked inside.
Yep.
You know, Michael's staring at her through the door, all these different things, but she doesn't see it. Screaming for help. Back in the house, though, Lindsay answers the phone. Paul has called. And so he tells Lindsay to go find Annie. So Lindsay goes, lets Annie out of the shed. She's stuck in the window because she's trying to crawl out.
Get out of the window, get stuck.
That sounds more like a porno storyline.
Oh, stepsister,
Oh,
you're
no,
stuck.
Oh, no. But Paul has snuck out and needs Annie to come pick him up. So Annie drops Lindsay off across the street with Laurie and goes out to the car to be able to go drive off and pick up Paul, but realizes that she forgot the keys inside and the car is locked.
Right.
So she goes inside.
Or is it?
Yeah. Goes inside and, gets the keys, comes back out to where the car is, and the car is now unlocked.
Exactly. Like, she just pulls the handle. Like, she didn't even try to
it
unlock
with the
it.
keys.
Right.
And nothing clicks. Though I do appreciate there is a brief moment when she's in the car, she realizes all the windows are fogged up.
True.
And she's like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, Michael pops up in the backseat and strangles her and kills her. And we have had... I want to, for a moment, go back to our Dirty Dancing episode. Where, Justin, you said that when you just hear the sounds of people fighting,
right,
it sounds a lot like sex.
Uh-huh.
When you hear people getting choked out, it sounds a lot like sex.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is porn.
So this is our second death in the movie.
It is.
And they sound similar.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
Gargle.
Give it to me.
Annie's dead, though. Annie's dead.
So again, why did Michael kill Annie? Is it just because she was with Laurie?
I think it's not explained. It's just we're just left to assume that he only likes killing teenagers. Like, he loves killing teenagers.
But
Like,
see,
he killed his sister.
So, and I get that. Like, he killed his sister, but like, if his stalking started with Laurie because she was the one that came up to the house and he was in there and he's like, that's my target. Why didn't he then go to Laurie? Because they're across the street from each other.
That's an excellent question to which I have no answer, but I will bring up another question.
Okay.
How did Michael know how to open a car door lock? How did he know? He somehow know how to drive, but on top of it, he knows how to jimmy a lock?
He's got
If he knew how to
skills.
do that, why wouldn't he have just done it in the first place? Let her get in the car and then kill her then instead of having her go back in the house.
Right.
Good questions.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Movie.
Mystery. Annie's dead,
She's dead.
but Linda and Bob show up.
Oh, Linda and Bob.
Yeah, and they're drinking beers inside of Bob's molester van.
Yeah, that's a big old molester van, that's for sure.
Yep, and they're all excited to get in there and rip off some clothes.
First, I rip your clothes off.
Don't rip my blouse. It's expensive, idiot.
Then you rip my clothes off. Then we rip Lindsay's clothes off. Yeah, I think I got it.
That is the part that I wanted to bring up. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Bob is a pedophile. Lindsay is a fucking child. Why was this in this movie?
I don't know.
Why was this line in there?
I don't know.
If they would have said Annie's clothes, they would have said Lindsay's mom's clothes. He just threw out that they were going to basically molest a 12-year-old.
Right. What the actual fuck?
Yeah, I think that was an oversight in writing / editing / everything, because that shouldn't have been in there.
It should have never have been
No,
in there.
even in 1978, that was very, very wrong.
I had to pause it and rewind it. Now I'm watching it with my wife and my oldest kid, and I was like, did you hear this? Because I feel like I'm crazy. They're talking about raping a child.
I think he said the wrong name, and they just never caught it. I think he was joking about, like, Annie. Like, oh, we'll have a threesome with the friend.
Could have been, but someone should have caught
Somebody should have caught it.
Oh, that's a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that is disgusting and
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's R-rated.
Eventually, though, Linda and Bob do make their way into the house and up to a bedroom, and when they realize no one's there, they go ahead and have the sex.
Mm-hmm.
And they get distracted because the phone rings, so they take the phone off the hook, and then they continue and finish up, and then Bob goes off because Linda needs a beer to you got to rehydrate,
Right?
And I love how like it lasted all of like maybe 2 minutes, and she was like, "That was fantastic."
It might have been longer than Judith. Not a lot of staying power in these teenagers, but honestly, I guess that's probably honestly. That's a fair reflection.
It's probably
of reality.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So Bob goes to get a beer for Linda, and this is again one of those kind of. I'm not sure if this is bad editing or writing, but we see him get up from bed. He's naked, but then or wearing no clothes other than. That we could tell anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we see him in the kitchen, he's got shirt and pants.
Yeah, and even tells Linda to not get dressed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gets his beer and starts hearing noises. And then, it's like, hey, who's here? And then Michael bursts through the door. In one hand, holds Bob up, who's a pretty decent sized dude.
Right.
Holds him up against the wall to the point his feet are several inches off the ground.
Mm-hmm. With one hand.
And then rams a knife through his body, sticking it into the wall.
Yeah, and let's go. And he stays up there.
Yeah. They're struggling.
Still
and struggle some more.
Still sounds like sex.
Yeah. Angry sex.
Angry man on man sex.
It's some real hate fucking. And there it goes.
But see, we've already established that somehow 21-year-old psychopath Michael Myers has superhuman strength.
He does.
Well, all he's done in the sanatorium is work out.
I guess
Must be hitting the iron. Pumping it. Carpenter nicknamed this kill the human bulletin board.
I could see that. That's
I like
appropriate.
it. That makes sense to me.
Now, what follows though is a scene in the movie that I'm very conflicted on multiple fronts.
I know what you're going with here.
I thought it was hilarious.
I did too.
I know, but I just don't. Linda is lying in bed when all of a sudden the door flings open and there is Michael with a ghost sheet over top and Bob's glasses. And she's talking to him, and she's like, "Do you like what you see?" But he's just not responding. And it's like, oh my God.
What's the matter? Can't I get your ghost, Bob?
So Michael has a sense of humor.
I know. A very twisted.
All right, come on. Where's my beer?
Twisted sense of humor.
We're finding out a lot about Michael in this movie.
We are.
Because
he's more human than we thought.
Here comes the sub-question. Here comes the follow-up question. Was this ghost costume just lying around? Did he actually go pull the sheet off the bed? And it's like, wait, guys, wait. It would be hilarious if I go choke this bitch out. But first, I disguised myself as a ghost and then went into someone's bedroom, found a sheet, pulled it off, cut holes on it. I mean, he put some production design into this.
Yeah, and then put my last victim's glasses on.
Right.
And then just stood there like a creeper while she talked to him and waited until she was on the phone with Laurie to then go choke her out with the phone cord.
Oh, my God. So crazy.
Laurie is on the other end of the call, and she hears everything, and she ultimately thinks it's a prank, but is a little disconcerted. And yeah, it's kind of one of those what the fuck kind of moments.
Mm-hmm.
Loomis is still hanging outside the Myers house while all this is going on, and he just now, after standing out here for quite a goddamn while, finally realizes after turning around that the station wagon that Michael stole is right goddamn there.
So
oh my God.
Now we have proof that he's here.
Which has been there since 6:30.
Yep.
And he somehow has gone multiple hours without turning around and seeing it.
But he did fuck up with some kids that were trying to get in the house.
He did. He had a great time with that.
Yeah.
Oh, he got some sick satisfaction out of
Yeah,
doing
He
that,
sure
didn't
did. He sure did.
But so he discovers the car's there. Michael's there. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
They could have done. God, there's so many things you could have done in that moment to know that Michael was there.
Yeah.
Instead of just having the car parked across the street.
And so let's just very quickly here talk about the geography as we know it.
Uh-huh.
So if he is outside the Myers house,
right,
and he is in close enough proximity to the car that he can see it, it's probably like a half block away. And we saw Michael pull up into the neighborhood,
right,
and come out of the car and stand outside the car.
Mm-hmm.
So we know the car is like right outside, right next to the houses that Laurie and Annie were babysitting at.
Right.
So he's right fucking there.
Yeah. So,
which we find out later, he is right fucking there.
Yeah.
So basically, he parked across the street from his childhood home. And then Laurie got out and went to the right.
Uh-huh.
Annie drove to the driveway to the left.
Yeah.
So you are like 3 houses
away
in proximity here.
Yeah.
Like, it is so close.
And we have seen Michael in front of the house. We've seen Michael carry a dead body around the house.
Into the house, yeah.
At some point, he had to have hauled a 300-pound tombstone out of the car and hauled it into the house.
Into the house,
While Loomis has been standing there.
And when Annie was killed, the horn went off.
Yeah.
The horn was honking.
And
that
even
should have
like,
drawn some attention.
So this incompetent dipshit has been standing there the entire time looking for Michael Myers when he was right the fuck behind him.
Mm-hmm. Michael should have killed him first.
He should have, yeah.
Should have.
Or second. Whatever.
He doesn't kill olds. He only kills teens.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, until
No, I don't know how old it was. There was the mechanic was probably not a teen.
Yeah, probably not. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe just he has a penchant for killing teens.
Anyway. That just pisses me off.
Yeah.
Laurie finally gets to the point where she's concerned enough because she hasn't heard from Annie, doesn't know what's going on. So she decides to go over to the Wallace house to see what's up. She goes in through the back door and comes into the house exactly in the spot where Bob was just pinned to the door.
Right.
Shouldn't there be blood everywhere?
Yep, there should be. Or maybe still Bob there.
You would think.
Because
but
like,
Bob's not there.
What was the point in stabbing him into the wall if you're like just going to take him down?
Yeah.
Like, then where did you put him?
I don't know.
However, it was dark.
It was dark. And for some reason, Laurie doesn't even make an attempt to turn a single fucking light on as she's walking around this house.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She makes her way upstairs, and as she's come up the stairs, she sees at the end of the hall, there is a room that has its lights on because the lights are bleeding through the edges of the door.
Right.
And so she goes into that room, but once she gets inside that room, there's no goddamn lights on.
Yeah.
Only light is coming from a jack-o'-lantern on
and did you realize how long it took her to walk up those stairs?
It was a while.
I kept hitting that 10-second fast forward button on my remote, and I probably hit it like 10 times for her to make it up the stairs. All the while, the same like sound was coming from the back.
It's a perfect time to go get a beer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once she gets inside the room, though, she discovers her friend Annie's dead body laid out on the bed with Judith's stolen tombstone right behind it.
Yep.
Very elaborate, very theatrical layout of the corpse. Then we find Bob dangling upside down from a closet.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's kind of entertaining, a little different.
Yeah, he swings out. Yeah.
And then we find Linda just stuffed into a cabinet.
Yeah, like folded in half.
Come on, Michael. Can you at least be consistent with your presentation?
Right.
You know, he's all over the place.
Why did Annie get the position of the tombstone? Why did she get honored in her like death splay?
Right.
And the others
for the
didn't?
sister.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know what I did notice?
What's that?
Both Bob and Linda's eyes were wide open. Which is consistent with our discussion from the last Starfighter.
Yeah.
Can't discuss.
Yep, no stitches.
Just
no glue.
Just can't cover them. Just they don't close on their own.
Nope, they were wide open, creepy as fuck.
Put some silver dollars on those suckers.
Michael slashes Laurie's arm, and then Laurie falls over the railing onto the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Now, I'm not a doctor.
Oh, that's got.
I'm not an EMT. But in my very layman opinion, she should be dead.
Yeah, she's probably
and at the
dead.
very least paralyzed.
Yeah, I don't know if the fall was like deep enough to kill her, but I mean, it would do some serious damage falling onto hardwood stairs.
Yeah, you're not just bouncing
that's
up.
definitely not
on your back. Your spine is, in
that's,
pieces.
That's definitely not the kind of injury you should be moved after.
Right.
Right.
I remember that from first aid.
Keep the neck stable.
Gotta keep them stable. But she gets up and she runs off, and the chase begins.
Mm-hmm.
Laurie runs out, trying to get help. She goes to the neighbors, screaming, pounding on the door. They look out the window, and she's like, help me, help me, help me. But they suck and don't help her.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, it's Halloween. Maybe they thought it was a prank.
But still.
But, I mean, at least check. I mean, you got a girl screaming that she's, help. At least say, what's up?
I'd rather get punked by Ashton Kutcher with a hidden camera show than to, just not help a girl that was screaming at my front
I'm with
door.
you. I'm with you.
She runs across to the Doyle house. She doesn't have her key. It's missing. The standard trope, you have to fit in somewhere. She can't find the key.
Mm-hmm.
So she throws a pot up against the wall near Tommy's room. Tommy wakes up and he runs down, lets her in just before Michael gets there, tries to call for help, but some reason the phone is dead.
Right. So I guess Michael made his way over there and cut the line.
Yeah, I guess at some point, just in case. Michael breaks in, and Laurie stabs him with a crochet needle in the neck.
That was another cheesy scene.
I mean, I appreciate the fact that she used what she had available.
For sure, but just the way it was shot. every murder scene in this movie was cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah, it
she stabs him with the needle in the neck, and
And
then
he
collapses behind the couch.
Yeah, he goes down.
And then she basically collapses on the couch, and then has a giant knife but at her disposal, but doesn't double tap.
No,
And instead just goes off almost like treating like, okay, well, everything's good, kids. Everything's fine.
This is the guy that's been tormenting her all day.
Yeah.
Right.
And caused some serious anxiety for her. I would expect her to like stab.
At least stab him again,
cut
or
his heart out,
call police, do
sever his
something.
head.
It has killed 3 of her friends.
Or at least be yelling to the kids, let's go, let's leave right now and get out the house and then get away. But she doesn't. She instead she goes up to the kids and, hey, shocker, Michael ain't dead.
Nope.
And she, like, okay, at a minimum, if you're not going to just sit there and repeatedly stab him, because, I mean, like, a normal person, like, that's pretty scary. You know, like,
right.
I don't know if me in that situation would be like, okay, I'm going to take your knife and I'm just going to start punching holes in you. But I would take the knife.
Yeah.
You've been chasing me with this knife. You sliced my arm. You knocked me over a stairwell or whatever.
Banister.
Like, I'm taking the knife at a minimum. Like, that's my knife now.
Absolutely. Don't just leave it there. We have something else, and this is kind of adds to the infuriation of our discussion before regarding Loomis, because Loomis has a conversation with the sheriff. Sheriff pulls up, and Loomis informs him that Michael is definitely here. I just saw the car. Drive around the back of the house. The sheriff, the guy who is a trained expert with a gun,
right?
You go behind the houses. I will just stay out here and keep eye, and we'll try to catch him. Don't call for help. Don't call for backup. Don't do anything. We'll handle this. Despite the fact that, again, Michael just walked across the street within eye shot of where you are.
Yeah.
And you didn't fucking see him.
Exactly.
He is literally right now trying to murder somebody.
Yeah.
You're not hearing the screams?
Like 3 doors down.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. It's just across the street and maybe, like 2 or 3 down.
Just
That's it.
Look for the broken windows. Look for the shit. I mean, come on. Anyway.
How did he not hear the pot that was thrown up against the house that broke?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, you're in earshot.
This commotion that late at night, you would hear.
Mm-hmm.
But movie.
He's incompetent. Piece of shit. Back at the house, Laurie is upstairs and tells the kids that she killed Michael. But no. As it turns out, there he is. So she tells the kids to lock themselves in the room. She goes into another bedroom.
Which is
into
always
a closet.
Always smart, right?
Yeah.
Separate.
And
don't run out of the house.
No.
Like, don't just send the kids. Like, I'm going to do my best to kill this guy. You get the fuck out of the house, right?
I'm going to do my best to kill him by hiding in a closet.
Well, she goes into a louvered door closet. And she somehow secures the door shut by wrapping what looked like some kind of tie or something like that around the inside knobs of this louvered door closet, a closet door that doesn't typically have indoor knobs, inside knobs.
Why would you?
Because why would you need them?
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is a guy who just lifted up a 6'1" full-frame dude with one hand.
and fucking muscle fucked a tombstone up a flight of stairs.
Right.
And he's struggling getting into this louvered door closet.
Exactly.
So
with handles on the inside.
Yeah.
and while I appreciate Laurie being as resourceful as possible, she does what she can. She pulls down a wire hanger, straightens it enough to then jab Michael in the eye.
Sure.
Grabs his knife, stabs him in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And then
makes the same mistake.
Yeah, because she thinks he's dead again, and goes to Tommy and Lindsay and tells them to run for help.
Come here. Now just listen to me. I want you to go down the stairs and out the front door. Now I want you to go down the street to the Mackenzie's house. I want you to tell them to call the police and tell them to send them over here.
Oh,
Now, do you understand me? Go do as I say.
And so they leave. And they run out the front door screaming.
And that's when
And
Loomis.
that is finally when Loomis, the great expert,
oh, hey, what?
is like, realizes this. He doesn't stop the kids and say, hey, kids, what's going on? He's like, oh, I bet that's the place. And just wanders now inside a house.
Right, exactly. With his gun.
I mean, which I guess is a good thing because as it was, hey, shocker, Michael ain't dead. And so he again tries to kill Laurie, tries to strangle her. Loomis bursts in, shoots him 6 times.
So can we back up just a sec? Because she stabbed him.
Yeah.
Had this conversation with the kids.
Uh-huh.
Then sits with her back to Michael.
Yeah.
So why are you telling the kids to run to the McKenzie's house and call the police? Why are you not running with them?
Right.
There was no reason for you to be there.
I understand movie. I get it. But like common sense says, come on, kids, let's go run to the McKenzie's house and call the police.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you still sitting in there? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Mucho.
Mucho.
So
But yeah, he shot 6 times.
6 times.
6 times.
6 is a serious number.
That's a serious number.
It's the fingers on one hand plus your thumba.
That's a bunch of digits.
That's a lot of digits.
A lot of lead.
Lot of bullets.
That's lead poisoning.
Now, in fairness, Loomis is not a trained marksman that we know of. He's just a very high-strung guy with a gun in his pocket.
Sure.
He does have a license for it, but that doesn't mean he knows how to use it very well. He did fire 6 times. We have no evidence of how many times Michael got shot.
True.
Actually got hit.
That's a good point.
Because they do not use blood in this movie at all.
That is a good point. But he also fell 2 stories.
He was shot enough to propel him backwards off the balcony and onto the ground.
And land back first.
Thud.
Onto the ground. And then disappeared.
Yeah. Laurie is sobbing in absolute terror.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
But when Loomis looks over the balcony, Michael's body is gone.
Not there.
No. Nowhere to be seen. And the movie ends with the sound of Michael's heavy breathing as we get the Halloween theme by Carpenter playing in the background, camera panning across various empty Haddonfield streets and scenes. And that's the movie.
That is the movie.
Well, before we further our discussion, let's take a moment and talk about beer number, I guess this is actually beer number 3
Beer
for the
number
night.
3.
Our IPA.
That was my beer.
Yeah.
Wild card.
We've
Wild
had
card beer.
We've had a chance to fully imbibe it.
Yeah.
What a tongue punch.
Yeah, it was a good beer.
It was a brutal assault to the senses at first.
Mm-hmm.
But I say the more I got into it, the no call, no show New England style IPA was not bad.
It's not bad.
You are correct. The second half of that can was so much more tolerable than the first half.
So here's the thing that I think is interesting about this beer is I thought it was kind of like beer law.
Uh-huh.
That you're supposed to put the ABV on here. And I do not see it.
Yeah, I looked all over the can. I couldn't find it either. I do, though, appreciate their disclaimer that they have right under the industry logo.
Uh-huh.
Can you read that?
Oh, here, let me put my eyes up. Too many of this beer on a weekday night, and you might not be showing up to work the next day. But even if you feel like the dead, give your boss a call. You can blame it all on the juicy hop aroma and flavor with the perfect touch of bitterness. And we can talk about that body. I mean, it's a little hazy, but it sure was full. So I brought this one because it was called No Call, No Show. And there's a phone in the foreground and scribbled on the back of the phone. Looks like it's like etched into it, New England style IPA. But there is a skeleton sitting in a recliner. And it just reminded me of how many phone calls were made to Annie.
Yeah.
And she didn't pick up. And I was like, you know what? It's a stretch, but we'll go for it.
I think it was a good fit.
So
Well, I also want to give a shout out to Industrial Brewing. They have a great place in Peoria.
Yeah.
And they serve phenomenal food.
Ooh.
And it's an indoor, outdoor. They have a great patio. Reminds me of Obed and Isaac's
Okay.
a little bit, but actually it's cooler.
Well, good on you, industry.
And they're great folks. Whenever I go, I'm like, I don't know what I want. And they're like, well, let's try this, let's try that. And it's fantastic.
Nice.
Great people.
And for those who aren't aware, Obed and Isaac's is another brewery in Springfield, Illinois, but also has a Peoria location.
Also does, yeah.
Peoria, Illinois. And it's one of our regular haunts when we go on our fall camping trip, which is just coming up in a couple weeks.
It is.
Oh, so excited.
And their spot in Peoria is an old church.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
even
It is. It's
better.
really, really cool.
And the Springfield location is like right across the street from Abraham Lincoln's Springfield house.
Yes, and they brew in the old carriage house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
Yeah,
so,
it is
So
cool.
shout out to the industrial guys. Shout out to Obed and Isaac's. You guys are doing it right. Keep it going.
Okay. So now that we've talked about that beer, let's talk about some plot holes and some questionable choices.
Oh, my.
What stood out to you, gentlemen, regarding some holes in this movie? And I got a feeling you're going to think there might have been a few.
How much time you got?
Hit me with what you got. We'll work our way through.
The first one, and I think the most evident, is Michael Myers himself.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is he supernatural? Is he superhuman? He's not a normal 6-year-old who
Well,
killed somebody and went silent.
And that's what my biggest one, too. Because unlike Jason Voorhees, who is come up from the dead, unlike Freddy Krueger, who haunts you in your dreams, Michael Myers on the level is just a psychopathic kid who turns into a psychopathic 20-something.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows how to drive without ever being taught how to drive. He can lift 300-pound headstones like it's not a problem. He can jimmy the lock of a car without ever knowing how.
He can possibly take 6 shots and fall 2 stories and walk away.
In fact, just to break down the full assault, he took 1 crochet needle to the neck, 1 hanger to the eye, 1 knife to the chest, and may or may not have been shot 6 times before falling out a 2nd-story window.
Right.
And then walked away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this guy?
Yeah. So we talked earlier about why. I wonder, is this a case of demonic possession? Is there something supernatural that is controlling Michael and has been since he was a child that is making him do the fucked up shit that he does and gives him abilities beyond what he should have?
Do any of the forward Halloween movies answer any of those questions?
I do not know. This is the only Halloween movie I've watched.
Ditto.
So, have you ever seen the show? It's a Netflix show called It's the End of the Fucking World.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the kid in this show is kind of a psychopath.
I saw you skating.
Right. You're pretty shit. So, there's like kind of, they were giving the backstory of this kid, and like his hands all fucked up, like real, like mangled. And he stuck it into a pot of boiling water just to feel something.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Totally normal.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
Right?
And the whole premise of this kid has a desire to murder someone.
Right.
Okay.
So can all the things, it's a stretch, man. Like I'm trying to find a connection to where, like, why is Michael Myers a supernatural being is like, I'm not a psychopath. You guys aren't. Like, I don't know what it's like. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. Like it's a stretch.
But he's able to do superhuman things.
Well, yeah,
Right.
even beyond the ability to tolerate pain.
Mm-hmm.
This is the inability to die.
You're very right.
Right?
There's a lot of things that happen
Uh-huh.
that a normal person under those circumstances would have died.
Correct.
I mean, even a crocheted needle to the neck, you're
You're
going
to have some lasting effects there.
right. Like, you're not just going to get up and be like, oh, I'm fine.
Right.
You know, like,
Just shake it off. Just
Right.
walk it off.
Rub some dirt on it.
like
You're
if
good.
I was stabbed in the neck with a crochet needle, I'm not going to get up and go chase you through the house.
Beyond that, he didn't even leave the needle in because it's the removal of the object is what causes most of the bleed out.
Right.
He pulled the needle out.
Yeah, it was
he
gone.
should be gushing blood,
But there's
but
no
he's
blood.
not.
Mhm.
Well, only if it would have hit the jugular or,
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean,
It
still,
could-
there
it
should
could've
be
missed-
some blood,
Could have
right?
missed some stuff, but yeah, it should have been some blood.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I don't know. So that was my first major plot hole, and everything else, all the other plot holes are secondary to that for me.
I mean, that's the biggest one.
Yeah.
The only other one that really jumped out to me, why is Michael being transferred from the sanitarium in the middle of the night?
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like there's office hours for that kind of shit.
Right. And there should be. And that,
That poor nurse is getting overtime.
like, that's,
What do you
know,
think? What do you
that,
think?
that is movie. Nighttime makes it scary. I think it was because somebody wanted to have the shot of all the other deranged folks
Mm-hmm.
At night?
at
It is
night
creepy.
in the middle of nowhere. Like, that's creepy.
It is. That was cool.
I also, part of me wonders whether there's a little bit of the Clerks magic in play here.
Mhm.
You know, Clerks is another independent movie.
All right.
The entirety of the movie takes place in the convenience store with the shutters down because someone jammed gum into the locks.
Right.
When in actuality, they're shooting it with the shutters down because they had to shoot it at night.
Right.
Right.
And they didn't want anyone to see. Or the other part of it is having light coming through those windows would also make it, a lot of backlighting and other issues. So really, having the shutters closed made it a lot easier to shoot.
True.
So maybe they want to shoot this place and they can only do it at night. I don't know. Maybe there's some of that, but
It could be.
doesn't make sense.
No. The other plot holes, if we want to go down the list, I think, fucking Loomis. What a boob. That's not how it's done. If you're a doctor and you're missing a patient, you don't go rogue.
No, he did go rogue.
He also talks about how the way he describes Michael, it sounds like Michael was basically just catatonic.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was in this room staring at the wall, but he was actually staring through the wall, planning out to this day, this moment, blah, 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 blah. How did he go from being this catatonic thing to scrambling on top of a station wagon and first staging a jailbreak and then scrambling on top of a station wagon and bolting?
Mm-hmm.
There's a gap here. There's a jump in logic between the story we're told and what we were shown.
Right. And he was in great shape because he would stand by bushes and be seen, and when the time they walked, he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
He would just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
He was hoofing it around the corner of the house. Maybe that's why he was always breathing heavy.
So tired of running.
And to be perfectly honest, if I was in a sanatorium for that long and I'm 21 and there's hot teens having sex and are nude, I don't know if I'm killing them.
No, I just want to join in.
Do you think he rubbed one out before doing the things?
Maybe that's why he was breathing heavy. He was just always constantly rubbing one out.
We don't know what was going on underneath that ghost sheet. Oh, Michael Myers pitching a tent.
Yeah. I don't even know if I want to ask, but what doesn't hold up for you guys about this movie? Pick one thing. One thing.
One thing that doesn't hold up. The interaction with the police. because like you're not going to have somebody tell a cop, "Hey, don't tell anybody." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I get that.
Like,
Yeah.
to me, that's the biggest thing that doesn't hold up. Like,
For me, it's time. I had a real hard time with the chronological processes in this movie. It went from night to day, or from day to night in the blink of an eye, and along with the time, the proximity, the where was everything? What's the map of this movie?
Yeah.
You know,
none of it makes sense.
No.
They
None of
played
it
fast
does.
and loose, and I think for me the biggest thing that doesn't hold up, and you could say the fashion because it was uber 70s, but you know, hey,
Yeah.
that's the time. The jack-o'-lanterns were not to my standards of today. Those things were hack-ass pieces of shit. But I think the biggest thing, this movie would not exist if even one person had a fucking cell phone.
yeah. There's a lot of that from these pre-cell phone movies.
Yeah,
that we've
but
talked about.
but I think this one more than any of the other ones we watched, because there's so much calling back and forth. Him here, Paul calling Annie, Annie going to get Paul, Annie not getting there, but Paul wanting to find out where Annie is. Bob and Linda wanting to know where everyone's at. Them going to do this. If anyone could have just checked in with a group text, hey, what's up?
not
maybe.
not just that, but all these cell phones have cameras.
Yeah.
Take a picture of this goon.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that'd go viral in a heartbeat there in that little town,
Your TikTok's blown up.
right?
Now, along similar lines, if you could change one thing about this movie, what would it be? Let's bust out those magic wands. What would you change if you could?
Let's brainstorm real quick.
Okay.
What do you got in mind?
Loomis.
Loomis. Okay.
Yeah,
Loomis sucked.
yeah. Loomis did suck.
Rewrite, recast, redo this character altogether. He's the smartest guy in the room who totally misses the car on the other side of the road.
Yeah,
He's right fucking there. And somehow he misses it. He's the smartest guy, but a complete dipshit.
Yeah, maybe he's smart in an office, but standing in a front lawn in a neighborhood, he's a dumbass.
He does like jerking around with 12-year-old boys.
Oh,
But
boy.
beyond that,
Wow.
He likes jerking off 12-year-old boys.
Yeah,
damn, I didn't say that.
I
But
did.
man, if you heard that, that's
maybe he escaped from the sanatorium.
I am not responsible for what you hear.
So I think the idea and the premise of this movie was great.
yeah.
And how it built suspense. I thought that was pretty cool. One of the things that really took me out of this movie was the unrealistic portrayal of high schoolers.
Okay.
I don't think everyone's getting laid on Halloween night.
Well, I get it. But on the topic of Halloween nights, what are all these parents doing on Halloween night?
Right. Why do they need all these babysitters?
Yeah.
Halloween party.
Party!
Usually there a couple nights before because all the parents want to be there for the trick-or-treating. And where were all the trick-or-treaters?
They didn't even take the kids. These
Right.
young
They may
kids
have.
trick-or-treating.
They may have because kids were already trick-or-treating when Laurie got home from school.
They were.
So at like 3:30 in the afternoon, they're already on the streets en masse. You know, and so we see Tommy in his costume whenever Laurie shows up. He's like in an astronaut costume. So he has been trick-or-treating.
Maybe. And maybe, you know, some towns have trick-or-treat night not on Halloween.
That's true.
So maybe that could have happened. So the lack of trick-or-treatings, I think we can trick-or-treaters we can excuse, but man, I do not think this is a realistic portrayal of teen life.
You're probably I don't disagree with you. And you know, the
How many times in high school did you get laid on Halloween?
0.
How many beers did you drink on Halloween in high school? Justin, you
A
probably
lot.
had a few.
Yeah, I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pull up in a molester van with beer cans pouring out the door as you open it up?
No, I had a Cavalier. Chevy Cavalier, 2-door. All right, so the thing that I would change if I had a magic wand would be to provide more backstory on Michael.
Yeah.
That would
That's
be
a good
my
one.
thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a solid pick.
Like, let's cut out the fluff. Let's, like, I love boobs, man. I love boobs.
Mm-hmm.
But cut those out and give me some backstory. Why is he crazy? What did he do? Like, how do these girls that he's killing tie into his childhood
so
trauma?
You want to give the movie a double mastectomy?
Yeah.
In favor of plot?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Well, are you guys ready to move on to something a little bit lighter?
Let's do that.
All right. Let's do something.
Oh yeah.
Getting it on.
Welcome to Fashion Victims. Tonight, our horror icons are serving looks, spilling blood, and strutting down the catwalk of carnage. A committee of me, myself, and I have rounded up a field of fashion-forward contestants from the depths of horror's greatest hits, and they're about to go head-to-head to see which of these baddies slays not with just a knife, axe, or chainsaw, but with their sweet-ass outfits. 8 outfits enter. 1 icon leaves best dressed. So grab your scorecards and your sass, because it's time to judge.
I like it.
I can't turn left.
You know, I'm going to have to call on my inner Elsa clench.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, so in our first round, the coveralls say Sears Automotive. The knife says your babysitter's not making it to graduation. Give it up for Michael Myers. And his opponent, sporting toddler chic, good guy overalls with a side of homicide. It's Chucky.
Oh.
Who is the most stylish?
You know, I like the splash of color from Chucky.
I do too.
Yeah. I think Michael Myers is a bit drab. I think Chucky's got this going on.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I do. But those coveralls in classic navy blue.
Yeah, that is a classic look. You know, I think we're split on this one. I think we might need a third vote.
Where you at, Seth?
So where did you finish up?
We need a tiebreaker.
But where did you?
I'm on the classic blues.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, given the two, now they're both stylish AF, but I gotta go with Mechanic Core. All right, I'm giving this one to Michael Myers.
All right, simplicity sells. I get it.
The
All
Mechanic Core. Our studio audience is back.
Sounds like they've been drinking already.
It's the only way they could enjoy this.
All right, on to round 2. Looking like he robbed a Christmas sweater and then made its fashion, we have Freddy Krueger. And nothing says menace like a Men's Warehouse tuxedo on a tricycle. Just ask his opponent, Jigsaw from Saw.
All right.
Who wore it best?
Justin, you go first this time.
Okay, so I'm thinking Freddy, right? Because he just dons it so well while he's haunting your dreams. And the thing on the tricycle, is that even a thing? Is that a guy? Like, is it alive? I don't know either.
You know, I'm with you on the Freddy Krueger.
He's dapper.
I think it's more utilitarian. I've got to think the Saw tuxedo. There are so many people, especially in cinema, who've worn a tuxedo much better than that.
Yeah.
It was a little ill-fitting. It was a little classic. I think if he was on a tricycle, needs something a little bit more athletic that moves and breathes. But I think the striped sweater from Freddy Krueger really stands out to me. It's iconic.
It is iconic.
I'm with you. I think Freddy wins that one.
You know what you're getting.
Yep.
You know what you're getting.
All right, so this round's going to go to Freddy Krueger.
Hey-o.
Round 3. Fight.
All right, coming down the runway is our next contestant, fully clad in summer camp slasher couture, accessorized with a timeless goalie mask. It's Jason Voorhees. And sporting the Party City look that stood the test of time, it's Ghostface. Who's your pick?
So, all right. I'm going to jump in real quick here. I think Ghostface is tacky. I think it is. It's off the shelf. Spirit Halloween. It's Spirit Halloween attire. Jason was resourceful. He grabbed what he could. You know, he's not trying to be flashy. He's just trying to not be naked and kill teens that are having sex.
I've got to follow you with that. I think Ghostface looks like he's trying too hard.
He does.
And that sets him apart, but not in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think in this match, it goes to Voorhees, although we're going to have a problem if Voorhees and Myers match up.
Oh, they're similar.
Because they're very, very similar.
They sure are.
So in this matchup specifically, even though I was not a Mike Myers outfit fan, I do think Jason Voorhees wins this one.
All right, so with 2 votes, that means Jason Voorhees is our victor.
We got some Voorhees fans in the house, yeah.
Round 4. Fight!
All right, the mask is custom made, and by custom, I mean your neighbor's face. Say hello to Leatherface. And his look says pain is eternal, but so is leather. It's Hellraiser's Pinhead.
See, I'm going straight for Leatherface on this one.
You know, I think Leatherface complements his mask with his apron.
Yeah.
It shows me that not only could he be a wizard in the kitchen, but he could be a wizard in the workshop.
He takes his craft seriously.
I think it plays in multiple environments. So, Leatherface it is.
Yeah, Pinhead just has a bunch of nails stuck in his face.
I personally was going to go with Pinhead's full BDSM priest energy, but you guys do you. So the winner of this round is Leatherface.
Round 5. Fight!
All right, so that brings us to the semi-final rounds. And in this round, we have the winner of round 1 and the winner of round 2. So we have Michael Myers, minimalist chic, basically the Steve Jobs of murder, against Freddy Krueger, only man alive who can pull off a fedora after 1955. Who's your winner?
Man, I gotta say, that fedora.
Yeah, it matches the leather on his hand claw glove.
Right, and not everyone can pull off a fedora.
No, not at all, but he can.
He can. Even with his burned skin, he can still pull off that look. Yeah, I gotta go Freddy.
I think Michael Myers is function over fashion.
Yeah.
And I think Freddy Krueger's more fashion over function. So yeah, Freddy's the guy.
100%.
All right, Freddy Krueger's a winner. Woo!
Round 6. Fight!
All right, another semifinal round. This time it's the winner of round 3 versus the winner of round 4. We have Jason Voorhees. Sure, it's just khakis and a work shirt, but the mask makes it iconic. Against Leatherface. Say what you want, but he's the only contestant literally making his own clothing line.
I mean, that is true.
Who's your pick?
So we have hockey mask versus human skin mask. I mean, for
James
purely
Ensor would be proud.
Purely based on creativity, I'm going Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, if you notice the stitching in the Leatherface outfit, it's cross-stitched, and I think that's a lost art. Yeah, you don't see that much anymore.
That's careful craftsmanship.
It is. You can pick up a hockey mask anywhere, and let's face it, Jason, I think your mask and outfit can be seen pretty much anywhere these days.
Yeah,
Leatherface, I got to give him extra points for creativity and originality. Yeah,
I agree.
Leatherface.
All right, Leatherface with the win.
Final round. Fight.
All right, so our final round, we have Freddy Krueger Finger knives are less accessory and more lifestyle choice against Leatherface. That butcher's apron is giving farm-to-table horror realness. Who is your pick?
I just think through the pure accessories, I'm going to go Freddy with the hat, with the glove. Gives me shades of Michael Jackson.
Oh, I was just thinking the same thing.
Who is a fashion icon.
I was going to ask you if maybe that brought on some Michael Jackson vibe.
It does. Absolutely. Leatherface, let's give him credit for originality.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Function, freedom of movement, all that is great. But you know how hard it is to replicate that style? And I think when we think about fashion, we think about what's going to be useful for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite sure that Leatherface hits that mark.
It's kind of hard to take the same skin and replicate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think just for the fact that it's going to be hard to replicate, and really, what is fashion? Fashion is selling to the masses.
You're 100% right.
Let's make some money. So let's mass market some fedoras.
And
some razor gloves, and some
red and black sweaters.
Red and black sweaters.
Heck yeah, give it to him.
Yep, I go Freddy.
Fatality.
All right, so the judges have spoken, and Freddy Krueger is our winner. And that, folks, concludes the blood-stained runway. Our winner of Fashion Victims is officially crowned the most stylish slasher in the business. Whether it's coveralls, couture leather, or a spirit Halloween snuggie, one thing is for sure, fashion may fade, but murder is eternal.
Hell yeah.
I'm proud of you, Justin. I think you did really well there.
I think you did too.
Thanks. Yeah. I think we hit that mark right on the head.
We collaborated.
We did.
Yeah.
Didn't always agree.
Picked the right person.
Yeah, but we came together.
Yeah.
Good job.
I appreciate you.
You bet.
I mean, you guys, if you're nothing, you are at least fashionable. Couture ass bitches.
As I sit here in my khaki shorts and blue tee.
Khaki shorts and gray tee.
Look at us.
And a hat.
And a hat.
And a hat.
Yes.
And glasses.
You were sporting the stylish St. Louis Blues hat.
We are.
Very good.
And you're in the Savannah Bananas.
I got the Savannah Bananas being repped here.
You're rocking it.
Like we could be pretty much a mirror image of each other right now.
Oh, we've got our little fit active watches on.
We do.
Yep. Yeah, look at us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fashion at its finest.
Dang.
And Seth, who are you wearing today?
We are 100% dad.
Dad core. All right, you guys ready to pick some poison?
Let's do it. Poisons.
All right. Would you rather watch Halloween or Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead.
I'm right there with you. I'll go Dawn of the Dead too.
I haven't seen it in a while, so I will agree with you. Dawn of the Dead, just to do something different.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Also from 1978, Halloween versus Superman.
Oh, Christopher Reeve's Superman.
See, I've never gotten into any of the action, like superhero stuff. I'm gonna go Halloween.
I'm going Halloween as well.
I'm the only Superman vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the original Christopher Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah. Found it a little schmaltzy, but do you?
Yeah, I'll do me.
Okay.
I'll do me. You fuck off.
Also from 1978, Halloween or Animal House.
Well, you guys know I haven't seen Animal House, so I'm gonna go Animal House because I've not seen it.
I think that's a wise choice, my friend.
Yeah.
Animal House, I think, is just more entertaining.
I'm with you 100%. I would prefer to watch Animal House.
Okay.
Even though it's rapey.
There are some moments, definitely.
I mean, that's the old time movies.
That's
couldn't
just
avoid it.
what they did. Halloween or
just boys being boys.
Would you rather watch Halloween or Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
I've not seen that. So I'll go Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Really, I have seen it. I think it's highly overrated.
Yeah?
even maybe more overrated than Halloween. I'm going to go Halloween on that one.
I'm with you, Brian. I'm going to go with Halloween. All right, let's go with other slasher movies. Would you rather watch Halloween or Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
How about Halloween or Nightmare on Elm Street?
Ooh. I'm going to go Nightmare on Elm Street. The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
First one was really good. If there's any of the sequels, I would pick Halloween, but against the original,
I'm with you.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'm with you. That's why I asked. Yeah.
Halloween versus Scream.
I fucking hated Scream
I
so
know.
much.
I just watched Scream very recently, and I prefer Halloween to Scream.
Yeah, I'm with you. Halloween all around.
It's stupid. It's just a bad horror movie.
Halloween or Scary Movie?
How much Scary movie?
I'll go Scary Movie.
Heck yeah.
All right,
take my strong hand.
Halloween versus Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, Texas all the way.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw. It scared me more than Halloween.
I've not seen it in years, and I would definitely like to watch it again.
Yeah.
So yes, I would pick Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And we got a couple movies from the same director, John Carpenter. Would you rather watch Halloween or The Thing?
The Thing was good.
I've never seen it, so I'm going to go with The Thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go with The Thing.
The Thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or would you rather watch Halloween or Escape from New York?
I haven't seen it, so I'll go Escape from New York.
It's been a minute since I've seen Escape from New York, but it didn't really resonate with me. I'm gonna go Halloween.
See, I enjoy me some Snake Plissken, so I'm gonna go Escape from New York.
Okay.
All right. So we've picked our poison.
I picked it.
Now
we got to drink it.
It's time for us to pick our Boddicker.
Clarence Boddicker, you are under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Fuck you.
Guns, 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 it's time to choose. Who stole the seat and lit the fuse? Bad, bold, or just deranged? The Boddicker Award brings the pain. Can you fly, Bobby? Not quite, but our winner, pure dynamite.
If you're new to the show, we pick a winner of the Boddicker Award on every episode. And it's named after one of our favorite characters in cinematic history, Clarence Boddicker from RoboCop. And we, every episode, choose a winner of this award for the best character. So, Brian, who is your nominee for the Boddicker Award?
This was the hardest decision to date of doing the Boddicker for me.
100%.
I really didn't have somebody who stood out to me as so much better than everybody else. And I narrowed it down to two. I narrowed it down to Laurie and Michael Myers.
Okay.
Michael Myers is kind of a cop-out because he doesn't speak. He just kind of shows up. But he says a lot in how he appears. But I just don't think that's enough. So
Okay.
I think my Boddicker vote goes to Laurie Strode.
Okay.
Played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
JLC.
Mm-hmm.
And the place to be.
That's right. Yep. So she gets my vote for the Boddicker.
Okay. So originally I was torn as well. Like I had a hard time with this. I'm like, who?
Mm-hmm.
Who was good in this? Who?
The piano player.
But even that got annoying.
Right. It did.
So for a part of it, I was thinking Dr. Sam Loomis. And I was right there with you with Michael Myers as well.
He said so much with saying so little.
God. Like there's just not really anybody who's good. I'm gonna go Michael Myers. And only because of the one scene where he was a ghost.
Oh, man.
Like none of the other things he did made any sense. But that was at least kind of funny.
You know, so I've got Laurie, you've got Michael Myers, but I think you and I are both swayable.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If anybody can make a good argument, I'm willing to change my vote.
Yeah.
Seth, where are you on the spectrum of the Boddicker for this movie?
Give us something good.
Well, I got to tell you, in my opinion, Michael Myers isn't just the strong, silent type. He's the ultimate blank canvas of evil. He doesn't need quips. He doesn't need personality. He just is. That stillness, that heavy breathing, that mask, it's all enough to make him one of the most unsettling villains ever put on screen. But just like you, Justin, let's not ignore the fact that buried under all that menace is a streak of twisted fucking humor. The ghost sheet with Bob's glasses scene proves that he's not just a killer, he's a killer with comedic timing. Creepy, absolutely. Stabby, without question. But also low-key hilarious in a way that somehow makes him even scarier. So my nominee for the Boddicker Award goes to Michael Myers.
You know, I think he made a lot of sharp points there.
He did make sharp points.
Yeah, so
they cut me right to the soul.
Right in the heart. Yeah. I concur. I've been swayed. I think it's unanimous now.
All right. Yeah. So with that said, the Boddicker for this episode goes to one Michael Myers.
Bitches leave.
Woo! So now that we've knocked all that discussion out, we've got another beer that we haven't yet talked about that we've imbibed this evening. This is the Three Floyds Munsterfest Oktoberfest style lager. Thoughts?
It was fine.
I've had better Oktoberfests.
I have plenty
of
them.
On the can, it said "Es ist nicht normal," which is German for "this is not normal." It's also written in English.
It also says that, yeah, in English, right there.
It was okay, but I think there are so many more better Octobers out there.
100%. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And guys, I think this is the worst beer options we've had for a podcast yet.
Oh, damn.
And that includes the Mom Waters.
Oh, man.
No, not a chance.
I'm talking about the overall options that we've had during the podcast. I thought my two pumpkin beers that I brought to the table today were both very suspect and weak. The IPA was refreshing, but man, did it punch my taste buds a little bit too hard.
Okay.
And the October just being meh.
It wasn't bad. It's just, yeah, right.
Yeah,
meh
just
is
meh.
the right phraseology.
I don't think this round of choices stack up to all the others.
No, it was an off night on the beer.
Yeah.
Front. So that said, rank them.
But did we fail if we have a buzz?
Oh, that's a fair question.
I don't feel like I
getting
failed.
very philosophical. Yeah. So if you had to rank the beers, and we're gonna lump the pumpkin beers together,
okay,
just for easy scorekeeping.
Okay. Well, mine would be third and fourth. Now they'll just be third.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Brian, rank your favorites. What was your best beer of the night?
My best beer was probably the IPA. And then I would go with the October and then the pumpkins.
I am 100% right there with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fully in agreement, which means, Justin, you brought the best beer of the night.
Congratulations.
I brought the best of the worst.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, thank you for not sucking as much as the rest of us.
But still sucking.
Well, you know, I read between the lines. You know.
All right, so now that we've gotten that business taken care of, let's move on to some final thoughts and beer scores.
All right.
Justin, you want to kick it off?
Let's do it. All right. So I know this movie came out in 1978. And after talking through some things, maybe my opinions changed just a little bit because of how independent it was. But holy cow, it doesn't hold up for me. The script felt clunky. The acting was rough. Though honestly, I can't tell if that's because the performances were bad or because the dialogue gave them nothing to work with. Either way, I was left with a ton of unanswered questions. Sure, Michael is a psychopath, but why these teens specifically? How did it all connect back to his childhood trauma? And what the hell was with a random uncomfortable nod toward pedophilia? Now that said, I don't want to act like it was all terrible. From a former filmmaker's perspective, I've got to give props to the way they lit the nighttime scenes. It's not easy to pull off, and they nailed the atmosphere. It's a horror classic, so maybe I shouldn't be so harsh, but for me, the flaws overshadowed the scares. So, I had 4 beers before watching this movie, but I stopped drinking so my notes would be legible today. Honestly, I wish I would have had 6. This is a 6-beer movie for me. I need 6 beers to enjoy this movie fully.
All right, Brian, you want to go next?
Sure. Hey, Justin, I'm not far off. I mean, Halloween isn't just a scary movie. It's a piece of cinematic history that reminds us of the power of storytelling. You know, with nothing more than a simple mask and a haunting piano score and a quiet suburban street, John Carpenter did create a world that was different, and I respect that. But watching Halloween really isn't that much of a thrill. But it's a reminder of the artistry behind suspense and the timelessness of fear. You know, some of the characters are undeveloped. The effects show their age. But the film's influence on horror is unmatched. Halloween is not just a movie you watch, it's kind of an experience that you feel, and it's earned its place as a timeless classic in horror cinema based on what it began, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this movie held up. I love the score and it's iconic, but towards the end of the movie, I was tired of it.
Yeah.
There just wasn't a whole lot of variation and deviation from it. Again, like I said, the characters were so underdeveloped. Michael Myers, the main dude, his story was so underdeveloped. The ideas of this movie, the theory of this movie certainly holds up. The practice of this movie does not. I, like you, had 4 beers when I watched this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
Same paging.
Right? And I tempered my consumption because I wanted to make sure my notes were clear, concise, and I had an honest look at the movie. But I'm going to go one step further than you. I think to get maximum enjoyment, I'm going to need 7 beers.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't turn down 7 beers.
There were plenty of times to get beer. You know? She's walking across the street to the house where Annie's babysitting, and it took literally like 7 minutes.
Right.
You know, Michael,
it's time for a beer.
Michael Myers, or she's in the house and she's about to find the dead person and she's going up the stairs, and it took 4.5 minutes to go up a flight of stairs. That's plenty of time to go get an extra beer.
It's time for another beer.
So I was really excited to see this movie, and watching it critically, I was really disappointed.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. All right, Seth, what do you got?
Well, overall, I got to say that Halloween did set the standard for horror movies for decades.
Sure.
It fine-tuned and elevated the slasher template, establishing key elements that became staples in franchises like Friday the 13th and A Nightmare on Elm Street. But unlike those films, it's scary without leaning on gore. On the production side, I got to say, especially as someone who has tried to do this kind of stuff in the past, I got to give hats off to Carpenter and crew. Their creativity and ingenuity shine through, and they found ways to make big scares on a tiny budget. Dean Cundy's camera work gives the film a gritty, organic feel, and Carpenter's theme, whether you get tired of it or not, you gotta admit, it is haunting in its simplicity. That said, there are more holes in this movie than in Judith Meyer's dead body. The acting runs from poor to so-so at best, and some scenes could have been cut to tighten the pacing. It's not a bad movie, but many aspects just do not hold up to modern standards and definitely do not hold up to big Hollywood standards. Will I watch it again? Absolutely. In fact, I'll probably watch it every Halloween until the day I die. But I will enjoy it most with at least 5 beers in my belly.
All right. Well, we're all pretty close here.
We are pretty close, yeah.
If my math is correct, that gives us 6 beers.
That's right. That's a 6 beer score, which puts it tied with Mr. Mom and Rad.
Nice.
Behind Poltergeist, which had a 5 beer score, but ahead of UHF with 6 1/3.
Now, I got to ask you guys, when you watch this movie, did any of it scare you?
Not a single bit.
No, me neither.
No. There was not.
I've seen it so many times at this point. I don't know. But
it was my first watch, and I didn't get scared.
Not even like any uneasiness. Like,
no.
When I was 10 years old, I'm sure there were jump scares in there.
Oh, sure.
But as a grown-ass adult,
this,
no, definitely not.
There was only one part that I thought was actually genuinely creepy. And it was when Jamie Lee Curtis had her back to the closet, and all you saw was his white face, and that was it. And it was hard to see. And that was the only time, though, that I was like, "Oh."
You see,
there are creepy moments, no doubt,
right?
But I don't think there's like scary moments.
Right.
No, this wasn't a scary movie.
Now, one of the creepy moments for me was when she was after the closet scene where she had stabbed him. And she's leaning in the doorway with her back to him. Great.
Right.
That's a good thing to do. And he sits up. I was like, oh, that's fucking cool. Here goes. He's going to get her. But it wasn't scary.
No. Yeah, there wasn't much. Not much scary to the movie.
No.
It really wasn't.
Well, now that we've covered all that.
Oh, no.
Last time, I will admit, I got a little giggly. But we're going to try this again. Let's pretend that no sequels exist for this movie.
Okay.
Let's pretend no remakes exist for this movie.
All right.
And let's go around the table and create a pitch for a sequel to Halloween, one word at a time.
Okay.
Justin, you had the best beer of the night.
All right.
You kick it off.
Laurie
goes
insane
and
murders
Loomis.
Oh man,
damn.
Yeah.
Dark
with
a
part
of
a
mask.
Did you choke him with it? Then
she
goes
inside
her
sanatorium
to
murder
the nurse.
You said 2 words.
The
children.
Who
loved
pickles?
Nurse.
So who's Pickles?
No,
Did you murder's Pickles nurse?
No, the children love pickles.
They love They love Pickles nurse?
Nurse is crazy.
You know what a cool sequel would be?
What?
If Loomis was actually Michael.
Ooh, you're not wrong.
Loomis
is
Michael.
Oh my god!
So the backstory.
I did not mean to play that one.
I like it though.
For those 15 years, he's not been treating Michael, he's been learning from him.
Oh.
And then he kills Michael at the sanatorium and assumes the identity of him.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Loomis kills Michael?
Uh-huh. And becomes Michael.
Or what if
Michael is an alternate personality of Loomis all along?
Which makes more sense because of how stupid Loomis was.
And Loomis also has another personality who's a bodybuilder, and another personality who's a mechanic, and another personality who's a race car driver. And they all came together
and built the best hot rod ever.
There we go.
And their name is Ricky Bobby. Because if you ain't first, you're last.
Ah, the Ricky Bobby origin story.
And I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to say that we devolved. We have completely went off the track. And I'm okay with that.
That's all right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I think that's going to do it for our look back on Halloween.
Thank God.
I've been done with this for the last hour.
Sure, it may have been the movie that launched 1,000 slashers and taught us all to double check the closet before bed. And yeah, we've discussed the Boogeyman, debated Dr. Loomis, and even crowned the most fashionable killer in the horror industry. But now we want to hear from you. Does Halloween still hold up as the slasher gold standard, or has Michael Myers been outpaced by the Freddys, Jasons, and Ghostfaces of the world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, shoot us a message, or yell, "He's behind you," at us at the grocery store. We'll get the hint. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave us a review. Better yet, share it with your friends, because if you liked it, chances are the weirdos you hang out with, they might enjoy it too.
They will, probably.
Yeah. And don't forget, you can suggest movies for us to cover over at regularguymovieshow.com. Thanks for listening. Thanks for drinking along with us. And remember, the Boogeyman is real. And his name is Michael Myers.
And he's right behind you.
Until next time, lock your doors, hide your knives, and as always, be kind, rewind.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
The regular guy movie show. Talking flicks. Here we go.
What do you think the tastiest dog breed is? I mean, if you had to choose one.
Oh, this is a very gross and disgusting conversation, but I'm so inclined to be a part of it. And I'm a dog lover.
Absolutely. All of us are.
Yep. I think the tastiest dog would be A wiener dog.
It's the obvious choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but I'm going to go Bichon Frise.
Okay.
I bet if you with a little rotisserie or maybe even a little low and slow,
Mm-hmm.
be a tasty bite.
So I'm thinking like if you went wiener dog,
Yeah.
thinking like hot dog. Like it's a hot dog.
Yeah.
It might taste like a hot dog.
It might. Maybe that's what's in a hot dog.
I'm kind of going like Chihuahua then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mexican.
Get into
food.
Fiesta style.
It'd be like Fiesta chicken wings, but in dog style.
Like, turn into
Yeah.
like a quesadilla or something,
yeah.
you know?
All right.
Might not be bad.
Tortillas.
I don't know.
Some guacamole.
I don't know, maybe.
You know, but it takes quite a few of them to make a meal. You guys are disgusting. I can't believe I was part of such a discussion.
Just awful.
We would never.
I got to go pet my dog.
Never.